1067 and Sholo TV Channel 56. Presented by Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo. Hatch Motor Company, simply the best in service and sales. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with Sholo TV and iTalk 1067 Radio.
Time slips a tackle at the 35.
It's Miles, gonna try to get the outside, makes a move there.
Looking left side, falls wide open, caught at the bar, touchdown.
High school football is also brought to you in part by Black Diamond Auto Glass.
Welcome back to the pregame show on iTalk 106.7 as we await the start of our first round playoff game between the Dysart Demons and the Snowflake Lobos. Lobos come in as the 5 seed. Let's talk a little bit, Punt, about the Dysart Demons. They do come in as the 12 seed. However, this is their first entry into the playoffs in a very long time. 21 years, we get the official word, as Coach Alcantar has brought the Demons up from the depths. They are coming down in division. They have been in Division 3 for a long time, but they are excited to be here. And, of course, they were almost without their top – They're kind of one of their top players, I guess you'd call it. The senior running back, and catches a lot of balls out of the backfield as well. Pedro Banda,
number 15,
got penalized. Yeah, number 15 got penalized last week for, I guess they called it celebration. Right. It was his second personal foul, so they kicked him out of the game. But after the AIA reviewed it on Tuesday, there was an appeal filed by Dysart. After they appealed it, they reviewed it. They said it was clearly not demonstrative towards their opponent, Glendale, and they decided to waive that. And so he is here with us tonight, and he's an impact player for the Demons.
Well, he's their leading rusher is Pedro Banda, rushing coming into tonight well over 600 yards for the season. They're also led by their senior quarterback, Tyree Taylor, who's thrown for over 1,500 yards this season. That's about a 65% completion percentage for him. 19 touchdowns against only 7 interceptions, so not bad certainly for the senior quarterback. So they certainly have the ability to throw the ball. They're over 1,500 yards, as I said, coming into tonight's game, compared to a rushing game of close to 2,000 total for the season. So a fairly well-balanced attack. And then defensively, they're led by the senior Pacey Prettyman, who leads the team in all tackles, well over 80 tackles. He's kind of their anchor in the middle of that defensive front, or as a linebacker, middle linebacker. So clearly an athletic bunch, and it'll be interesting to see how they contrast and compare against a big physical Snowflake team that has a lot of speed in the backfield as well. But certainly the test will be on tonight for the Demons.
So definitely keep an eye out on those 3 players. We are going to take a quick break here as we break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll discuss the Snowflake Lobos right here at iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Sholo across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Welcome back to the pregame show as the Dysart Demons make their way onto the field tonight. For tonight's contest, it is the Demons and the Snowflake Lobos in the first round of the state playoffs. You're listening to high school football presented by Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top, Show Low, and on 102.5 in Pine Top, a Kopaniki communication station. Mike Granillo here with Punt Cooley and Brandon Todd on the sideline. We've discussed the key players for the Dysart Demons. We'll get to the Snowflake Lobos in a second. But first, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. He had a chance to talk with both coaches, and let's hear what he had to say, what insight he might have gotten from those guys. Brandon?
Hey, thanks a lot, Mike. Hey, yeah, you're right. I did get a chance to speak with both coaches. I'll start with the head coach of Dysart. I asked him, I said, Coach, congratulations, first of all, on getting here. And he said, you know what? It's not just getting here. We want to win here as well. I said, well, tell me what it takes to win. We've heard this a lot about teams that play Snowflake. He said, we just got to keep the ball out of their hands. When we have the ball, we got to maintain the clock and not turn the ball over. Obviously, keeping the ball out of Snowflake's offensive hands is easier said than done with how tough the Snowflake defense is. But he said if we can just do what we've done to get here and do it well and not turn the ball over, I think we have a good shot. Furthermore, I did discuss the past week and all the exposure that his team has gotten from his running back who got tossed out. I asked him, how did it affect the team? He said it did affect our team, obviously, with all the media coming down, and it was a distraction. He did say, though, that the community has rallied, his team has rallied. The team never thought for any moment that he wouldn't play tonight. So he said that kid is obviously here, fired up, ready to play. On the flip side, on Snowflake's side, I asked him, I said, look, I've been in your shoes. How do you maintain the intensity for the first week of playoffs? Because on paper, you guys should obviously win this game. He said, no, that is a tough thing. He said, we just kept reminding our team that these guys here, Dysart, they have nothing to lose. Obviously, this is their first time in the playoffs. They're excited to be here, but they're going to come out here and want to take it to us. So he said we just got to maintain the intensity and act like we're playing a Sholo or a Blue Ridge or a semifinal game. Obviously, it's easier said than done. He said they're not going to see anything new from their offense or defense. Obviously, what they've been doing was has worked, and they're just going to continue to do it well. Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. Those are their Ace Hardware keys to the game. Ace Hardware has a 24-hour 7-day-a-week locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced, day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware, your helpful place, with 3 locations in Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low. And Punt, the captains are out on the field. We'll keep an eye on that. As let's talk a little bit more about the key players for the Snowflake Lobos. And I wanted to have you focus your attention, Punt, on this. The only loss for the Lobos this year was the Show Low Cougars. Show Low, we know, likes to pass the ball, but they ran the ball pretty effectively against the Lobos. Who are going to be the key players for that Snowflake defense to stop the running game of the Demons tonight?
Well, I think where it's going to start clearly is up front, the defensive front, and they've been anchored fairly well this year by number 58, Leon LaGrange. He's only a junior, but plays really aggressive football. Of course, he has teammates up there that do a great job as well, but he seemed to be a key anchor to them up front. And then, of course, the linebackers, and I'm including all of the Snowflake linebackers, are going to have to play an exceptional game tonight and really key on. We talked to
Brandon, I know the problem with the microphone. Send him back up here.
Those 2 runners for Dysart have been kind of the lethal combination all season long, and if those linebackers can do a good job of containing those 2, certainly will be a big boost for the Lobos defensively tonight.
Well, no doubt, and we haven't talked a lot about the weather. Snowflake has won the toss, and they are going to receive to start this first half. Dysart will get the ball in the second half, but Plum, we haven't talked about the weather. I can almost guarantee you Dysart has never played in a game with this temperature. We'll see how that plays out as the game goes on. You start getting cold, you get that first hit. When you're cold, motivation drops off pretty hard.
Yeah, it can be crisp. When you, as you say, you're not used to the cold, bitter weather, and you get into those big collisions, at least early in the game, it'd probably be a little bit more of a factor. Once the adrenaline starts flowing and the blood gets going, I'd say maybe less of a factor, but certainly the advantage, I guess, if there is such a thing, when it comes to the cooler weather, is going to be in the hands of Snowflake tonight.
I absolutely want to again thank Brown & Rousseau Insurance for sponsoring tonight's contest. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, or business, visit the nearest Brown & Rousseau Insurance agency with 4 locations in Show Low, Pine Top, Springerville, or Tempe. That's going to do it for our pregame show. When we come back, it's the opening kickoff, first round of the state playoffs right here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. 1 minute. 1 minute. Uh-oh.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Black Diamond Auto Glass
Tonight's
finds the
contest, first round action in the state football playoffs between the Dysart Demons and the Snowflake Lobos. Mike Perdillo here with Punk Cooley for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Luke Cron has it at the 10, has some room and some blocks at the 20, got a seam at the 30, going to be forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line, but a big return. Derek Reed on the tackle for the Demons, and that'll get the Lobos started off in good field position to start tonight's contest.
Well, there's a big block deep on that reception. Luke Cron setting up left and then turning around and come back right. And when he changes directions, I didn't pick up the number of the Snowflake blocker, but just lays a huge block deep down on the other end of the field to cut loose Cron on that big run. So a great block to start off the game here for Snowflake.
On the Lobos on 1st and 10, twin set, center man in motion, give to him on this end around sweep. Trying to get to the outside to Baird, and he cannot do so. Good tackle on the play made by Pedro Banda, that captain, senior captain we were talking about in the pregame show, Punt.
Well, and he played it perfectly. He stretched out the defense and set the edge out there to where the runner could not cut upfield. And just outstanding play by him to shut down that edge and make the big tackle, in the process losing a yard.
Loss of 1 indeed on the play. 2nd down and 11 for Snowflake. They set up with that twin set again. Claridge in the shotgun. Bring Patterson in motion. Give it to him. Excuse me, that's Patterson. Gets a block by Solomon at the 40. Turns the corner at the 45. And it'll finally be tackled at the 49-yard line. Going to be a good pickup. Dutcher on the tackle for the Demons. It's going to be a 3rd down and 4 for the Lobos.
And that big block you talked of, Mike, was placed on Herman Delgado, who also comes up trying to set the edge, but that time Solomon gets the advantage and able to release the back upfield for a good gain.
Lobos. Claridge sends Baird in motion again. Fake to him. Give to Solomon up the middle. Hits the wall and is tackled from behind. Good tackle by Hala for the Demons. It's going to be very close. They are in Demon territory, but going to be just shy of the 1st down marker.
Hala coming up from his inside linebacker position, just shooting the gap, that A-gap with Solomon. But as you say, Mike, just good line surge. Able to put the ball very close to a 1st down here, and Coach Solomon's going to keep his offense out there. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Well, this is the area where the Lobos like to bring in that heavy backfield and put Patterson in as the quarterback. And they do so here. 3 backs in the backfield. Patterson, the quarterback, takes the ball, runs behind that wedge. He's got enough for the 1st down and more. The Horn Auto Center 1st down to the 44-yard line. Holla again on the tackle, but not before the Lobos pick up the first. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, Mike, to touch on what you guys were talking about the cold, I asked the head coach of Dysart about that specific thing. He said, you know what, I played football at NAU in college. I understand what it's like to play in the cold. I made sure our boys knew what to wear and how to get prepared. He goes, but you know if you played after that first snap, you can't even feel the cold, Mike.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. As the Lobos on first down, give, and there's a hole for Solomon. Oh, and almost breaks it at the 30-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Delgado for the Demons. However, the Lobos do pick up a Horn Auto Center first down to the 29-yard line of Dysart.
And that's a big hole for Zach Solomon off on that right side. And as you say, Delgado having to come over from his left corner position to just trip up Solomon. Otherwise, Solomon would have just one safety to beat to get to the end zone.
Lobos send a trips left formation, one receiver to the right. That's Bjorn, and pass intended for Bjorn, knocked down by Marcus Banda.
Marcus Banda comes across number 2 in a linebacker position, doing a good job on his drop there, just reading the eyes of the quarterback, gets his hand out and able to tip that pass.
So Claridge on his first attempt comes up empty. Lobos will have it second down and 10. Claridge will stay in the shotgun. Solomon to his left. Again, trips left. Bjorn to the right. This time Claridge going to give to Solomon. Penalty flag on the play, and not much doing for Solomon as a big tackle on the play by Tommy Lopez, senior defensive lineman for the Deacons, and we'll check the officials. And it's procedure penalty against the Lobos, it looks like, and we'll see what Dysart elects to do.
Well, despite the penalty, as you say, Mike, Tommy Lopez from his
Illegal formation, committing him in the backfield. We will repeat second down.
All right, we'll try to get the officials' mic up a little
Sorry
bit.
about that. But anyway, Tommy Lopez coming up from his nose position just blew up his block, or the attempted block, and just did an outstanding job on that defensive play.
So Lobos now faced with a 2nd and 15. Claridge takes the snap, wants to throw, looking right. Going up top to Bjorn. It's a jump ball and incomplete. Good coverage on the pass by Delgado. He was hip to hip with Bjorn.
He was hip to hip, a lot of contact. Bjorn complaining to the referee a little with all the contact, but you can't fault the defensive effort there by Delgado. Good coverage on his part.
So the second down incompletion will bring up 3rd down and 15 as we check in with the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard. 8:53 to go in the first quarter, 0-0. Lobos trying to get points on the board as Claridge sends 2 receivers either side, takes the shotgun snap, and he wants to throw. Here comes pressure. It's a screen, and it's complete to Solomon, but tackled immediately. On the tackle was Hala again. And however, we have flags. Could be some problems there. Could be a face mask. Could be ineligible downfield.
So an ineligible receiver downfield, as we suspected.
I thought he caught it behind the line of scrimmage, though.
Well, regardless, a good
On field, declined, 4th down.
So that will bring up 4th down, and the Lobos look like they're going offense. 3 receivers to the left. Keegan Bjorn, the lone wide out here to the near sideline. Claridge will stay in the shotgun, and Solomon will be flanked to his left. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Looking, throws over the middle, and nowhere near his intended receiver. Looked like it was J.T. Tate, but it will be incomplete. Dysart holds in their own territory, and they will take over on downs.
Great defensive effort. Snowflake did a good job early in that drive of running the ball and just marching down into the Dysart side of the field, but credit that Dysart defense holding firm here at the 35-yard line and getting the ball on downs. So we'll now see what kind of offense Dysart will run against this vaunted Snowflake defense.
So on 1st and 10, Taylor stands in the shotgun. Behind him is Metcalf, and the pitch is to Metcalf. Trying to get to the outside, has a seam at the 35. Will be tackled at the 40-yard line. Hatch in there on the tackle along with Solomon and Moore. for the Lobos, but it's a pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for Dysart.
Metcalf, just a junior, not a very big kid, but he's got quick speed, and he's able to get outside with some good blocking to knock off a nice gain here on the first play for Dysart.
Metcalf just 192 yards rushing as he will now leave the backfield, and Taylor will take the shotgun, 2 receivers to the either side. Banda has the call, off right tackle. Tackled after a minimal gain, but it's going to be about a yard short of the first down marker.
And that's Marcus Banda that gets the ball. His brother, we assume, Pedro Banda, the other back in the backfield.
So we'll see if I can do a little better job setting the offense for you as the Demons break the huddle. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Pedro Banda will be in the backfield to Taylor's left. Taylor in the shotgun, brings a man in motion. Fake, give it to him on the end around, hit in the backfield, tackled there. Big Dakota Moore with the sack. Drops Isaiah Hall for a loss all the way back to the 37-yard line. So the Demons now face the 4th and 6, and they'll be forced to punt.
But that J.R. Fox, number 66 on the tackle. Anyway, just great defensive play by the defensive lineman. Sees the reverse or the counter, I guess in this case. Just stays home and able to chase him down to get the big loss.
That's a 66, not a 55 out there. As
those numbers are hard to read. Great numbers on blue jerseys.
We have a penalty way back here. Illegal substitution. The return man, it was Willis, I believe, never checked in. And on that, Brimhall, the return man. So that's going to give the Demons 5 yards. They may rethink this punting situation, but
illegal substitution on blue. It's still 4th down.
Well, Dysart has 4th and about 1 here, and they are in fact going to do a big substitution here and bring their offense back out on the field.
Well, J.R. Fox had dropped him for a big loss.
Snowflake will call timeout.
Yeah, they want a timeout, but J.R. Fox, the leading tackler, one of the leading tacklers for the Lobos, got him for a loss, but the illegal substitution, and unfortunately that's going to go on the coaching staff for the Lobos. And so Snowflake wants to talk it over, and what we'll do is I think we already have some scoring updates from the other playoff games from around the state. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Royce Kincannon in this scoring update. Royce? All right, thank you very much, Royce. And sorry, we didn't have a connection there with our video. We'll see if we can get some more scoring updates as our games go on. So the Demons going for it here on 4th down. Taylor going up over the top. And going to be very, very close. It'll depend on the spot. Taylor, the 2nd leading rusher for the Demons, and it's a 1st down. Horn Auto's at a 1st down for Dysart at their own 44-yard line. And a pretty gutsy call early in the game, punt.
Yep. Actually, as you say, Mike, he just takes the snap and follows his center straight ahead and able to get enough of a surge with that, just turning his feet and able to lean forward to get enough for the 1st down.
Taylor going to stay in the shotgun. Banda deep in the backfield behind him. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Take the snap, give to Banda, trying up the middle, and is tackled. Got cut down underneath. Had a little bit of hole, but it closed up quickly. Weber on the tackle for the Lobos, a gain of 3. Going to set up a 2nd down and 7 for Dysart.
Leon LaGrange, number 58 for the Lobos, also in on that mix up front on the line of scrimmage and able to just kind of hold his ground and limit the game there for the Dysart.
Twin set for the Demons. Taylor in the shotgun, Banda behind him. Take the snap. Fake. Taylor wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Trying to escape. Bjorn's got him in the backfield, and there's a fumble on the play, and the Demons fall on it.
Was that was that a fumble or, yeah, I see a flag. I think they're going to call a.
Well, no, yeah, he threw it to a lineman. He threw it to Cesar Lopez, big number 63. And no eligible receiver probably in the vicinity. And Keegan Bjorn putting big pressure on Taylor. Taylor had to get rid of it.
Yeah, Taylor really just not having any time at all on that pass play. As soon as he drops into the pocket, he feels pressure from both sides and from the middle. Tries to get away from it all, but in the grasp, you know, luckily, I think they dodge a bullet there, does Dysart, without getting a fumble called. Pretty close to, you know, look, he was carrying that ball with one hand, and it looked like it had easily been knocked loose.
So the officials are trying to decide, was there a receiver in the vicinity? It's all different rules between college and pros and everything. So there is the penalty flag at the spot of the infraction. It'll be a loss of down if it is, and so they're going to discuss with Snowflake. Well, you take this penalty because of a loss of down.
Like they're going to call intentional grounding here. It appears anyway.
And that is going to back up the Demons a long way, as it is intentional grounding. That is a 5-yard spot penalty and loss of down. So the Demons will be faced a 3rd down and 22.
So after going for it on 4th and 1 and getting that big first down to keep their drive alive, since then they've just steadily been going backwards and putting themselves in a big hole here.
So trips left for Taylor, one receiver to the right looking to throw. It's a quick pass out to the flats and tackled quickly. Pass so it's complete to Dalen Flake, wrong roster, Christopher Metcalf on the reception. J.R. Fox right there, though, to tackle him immediately, and the minimal gain will set up a 4th down and 21 for the Demons, and now they will have to punt it.
Well, that's just good work by the Snowflake secondary. You know, they're in kind of almost a prevent defense, recognizing how many yards Dysart had to go to get the first down, but to have the cornerbacks react quickly and come up to the flat to make that tackle and really limit the gain. Just outstanding defensive work there by the Lobos.
So Holyoke on to the punting duties for the Demons. Long snap, he gets it. Brimhall will stand at his 30 and await this one. It's a good punt. Bounces at the 40, takes a Dysart bounce to the 30, inside the 30, to the 27, and the Demons will down it right there, Banda right there, and the Lobos will have it, and they'll have their second opportunity on offense here in this game.
Well, we saw this Dysart defense after allowing the Snowflake offense to kind of steadily move down the field after a good kick return. They finally do stiffen on their end of the field and take possession on downs at about the 30. So we'll see what Snowflake brings to them offensively. And as well, Dysart probably pretty confident right now, having stopped that first offensive drive from the Snowflake Lobos.
Lobos go twin set, send a man in motion, but the give is to Solomon. He's got room off the right side. It evades that tackler. Can he stay in bounds? He cannot. Taken out of bounds at the 42-yard line. But a Horn Auto Center first down for Solomon, the leading rusher on the year for the Lobos, and he's getting it done here so far tonight.
Well, I don't know if you could call it a saving tackle, but Herman Delgado able to finally reach out and just kind of trip him up a little bit, and causing Zach Solomon to kind of lose his balance out of bounds. But had he been able to just kind of hold his balance, he had a lot of grass in front of him.
Once again, the Lobos go with the twin set. Claridge in motion. Send Hatch in motion, but give it to him there on the end around, trying to get to the outside, but he cannot outrun Taylor. Out there on the corner, comes up and makes the tackle after a gain of 2 for Hatch.
That's Taylor. I'm sorry, Mike.
Set up a 2nd down and 8.
Yep, that's Taylor and Banda both. Pedro Banda out on that edge. That's the second time now we've seen them try to run to that left side, Snowflake. And defensive backs,
they run a cover 2.
Doing a great job of just stretching it out to the sideline and not allowing those running backs to cut upfield.
So the Lobos on 2nd down. Again, 2 receivers left to the right. Claridge will stay in the gun. Solomon to his right. Bring Patterson in motion. Fake to him. Wants to throw. It's tipped and caught. Somehow Tate at the first down marker has the reception. And Banda on the tackle, but on the forward progress, he's going to be very close to the first down marker at about the 48-yard line. They're going to probably come out and measure.
Well, as you say, he catches the ball right at that first down marker. They're going to call it third down, but it's a very, very short third down to get the first down here for Snowflake.
And it looked like the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that didn't allow that ball to get to Tate in time, and Banda was right there on the tackle. Lobos, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Take the snap, give. Solomon right up the middle. He's got enough for the first down to the 45-yard line for the Lobos. Move the chains. The Horn Auto Center first down.
Number 63, Cesar Lopez, one of the defensive tackles for Dysart, able to slide over and make the tackle, but again, not after Zach Solomon gets enough for the first down.
3 minutes to go as we check in with the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Claridge will stay in the shotgun, bring Patterson in motion, give to him. They're going to try the right side, and here come the Demons. But Patterson cuts it back up inside, makes a man miss, and falls down. But the tackle, Taylor, makes a tackle after he falls down inside the 40-yard line to the 39, and a Horn Auto Center first down for Patterson.
Well, Patterson puts, as you say, a great move at the line of scrimmage to break free. Looked like he was just going to go all the way. Tyree Taylor coming over from a safety position, loses his footing, but luckily Patterson runs pretty close, or close enough to where Taylor can reach out and trip him up for the tackle.
So a new set of downs for the Lobos. Claridge takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking right, throws right, has a man in the flats. That's Bjorn. Inside. Oh, he fumbled the ball, but it went right back to him inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And another Horn Auto Center first down for the Lobos. Banda on the tackle, but Claridge coming out throwing here in the first half.
Yeah, doing a good job of finding the receivers, just hitting them with short, quick passes. That time, as you say, Banda and Delgado having to team up to trip up Bjorn after he makes the reception, gets a few yards after the catch to put the pressure on here, driving down into scoring position for the Lobos.
Trips left, Bjorn to the right. Give to Solomon, though, up the middle. Hits a wall, is going to be stopped after minimal gain. Host of players on the tackle for the Demons, led by Holyoke right there.
Tommy Lopez as well, number 54, the defensive from the defensive front, along with Nicholas Dutcher, one of the linebackers for Dysart.
So as the clock ticks away here in the first quarter, Lobos in the red zone. Send 3 receivers left again. Bjorn to the right. Solomon stays in the backfield. He'll get the call. No, Claridge keeps it off the left side, up inside the middle, inside the 10, the 5, touchdown, but hold everything. We have a penalty on the flag, and this one's probably coming back.
Yeah, the line judge on that right side throws the flag right as the play's developing. They're going to gather up at midfield here in the center of the field.
I think both side judges ended up throwing the penalty flag, so this one will come back. I don't know how long a decision this will take. Let's check in with our head official here.
Hey guys, we need more
Illegal
audio.
formation, not enough men on the line of scrimmage. We will repeat second down.
All right, not enough men on the line of scrimmage. So they'll have to repeat second down and make it second down and 15. At the, what is that, the 24-yard line now? Shuttling in the play kind of late, Richard Beard. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 3 to the left. And again, Bjorn, the lone man, to the near side of the field. Claridge takes a snap, wants to run it. It's an option play. He keeps it. He has the edge. He's inside the 10, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds by Marcus Banda. And that'll stop the clock at 1:15. And a good pickup for Claridge on second down.
Well, that's where team speed comes in for Snowflake. That's one of their advantages tonight. You know, they have so many weapons, Claridge certainly being one of them, coming out of the backfield. He just finds space out on that right side on that read option and able to run through not just the line of scrimmage, but also the second level set of linebackers. Banda quick enough to get over to the sideline and pull him out of bounds. Otherwise, Claridge would have been in the end zone.
Ball's just at the 10-yard line. Claridge takes a snap, give to Solomon, and the Lobos have not had a lot of success in the middle of the line. Holyoke right there to make the tackle for the Demons. And it's going to set up a 4th down and 1 for Snowflake.
Well, part of the problem for Snowflake is dealing with that defensive lineman, number 54, Tommy Lopez, just doing an outstanding job from his nose guard position, filling those inside gaps. And as you say, Mike, you know, we've seen Solomon be able to bust off big plays in prior games going up the middle like that. But credit Lopez doing a great job tonight for the
Lobos bring in their big backfield. Claridge tries to run behind them. He has enough for the 1st down to the 6-yard line, run out of bounds, and I believe he has enough. Travis on the tackle for the Demons, and it is a Horn out of center 1st down for the Lobos, and a gutsy call. Could have taken 3 points on the board, but instead they go for it, and they get it.
Well, that's that bunch formation or cluster or whatever you want to call when they set it up on that right side, and it seems to always be on that right side. They put a couple of linemen in the backfield and then just forge ahead with the big line surge to get the runner room.
Same thing here, as this time it's Patterson running behind there. Big line surge up the middle, inside the 5. Going to be stopped shy of the goal line, though, at about the 3-yard line. Pickup of 3.
So just to kind of paint the picture, you have the offensive line with the guard and tackle in the center, of course, and then right behind them you have another row of linemen right behind them. So you got a double wedge formation going right up to that right side. Makes it tough on a defense.
Yeah, it looks like Fox and LaGrange. Oh, and just before the play, I think this time there's going to be a penalty on the Demons. It is an offsides penalty, but and they got the playoff just at the end of the 1st quarter. They may have to play one more down here in the 1st, though, since it was a defensive penalty.
It's going to wind out.
So with the clock stopping, they're going to play this one out, and there's the snap, and oh my goodness, what just happened? The officials were not quite sure what was going on. They're trying to they tried to get the clock operator to put 2 seconds on the clock. No, 3 seconds. They want 3 seconds on the clock, and they're going to wind the clock as soon as the officials are set. And there it goes, 2, 1. There's a snap. Claridge takes it behind, goes up over the top. Touchdown, Lobos. At the end of the 1st quarter, a Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown for Snowflake from 3 yards out. It's Tyler Claridge, the senior quarterback, going up over the top to put the first points on the board tonight for the Snowflake Lobos.
And again, it's just that bunch formation off on that right of linemen going straight ahead. The back falls right in behind them, and they're just able to get such enough of a surge against that defensive front. There's just no stopping them.
So on to try the point after for the Lobos. Calvin Stepp holding is Cron. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, it's blocked. Banda blocked it, and you can't return it in high school football, so that'll keep the score 6-0. The Lobos on top after 1. We will step away. You are listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Thought we'd let everybody know today our cross-country team was down in the valley. As a team, we took overall to 7th place.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School as the Lobos hosting the Dysart Demons in the 1st round of the state football playoffs, and the Lobos have taken a 6-0 lead at the end of 1, just scoring right there at the end of the 1st quarter. Tyler Claridge going in from 3 yards out. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd, who's got a report from the sideline. Brandon?
Not so much as a report as more of an observation. You know, one of the things that Dysart wanted to do was control the clock and try to keep the ball out of the offensive hands, which didn't really seem to happen during that 1st quarter as Snowflake had the ball a lot longer than Dysart, but what they did do is they took the whole first quarter and only got 6 points on the board. So in my mind, Mike, I'd put that first quarter as a win for Dysart.
Absolutely. Only down 6-0 after one as the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Low line drive kick bouncing at the 10. Going to be picked up at the 7 by Banda, the younger Banda. He takes it out. He gets knocked down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Lobos coverage team doing a good job, led right there by Dalen Flake.
Actually, it's 32, Christopher Metcalf.
Thank you. I'll get it one of these days.
Interesting, though, you know, we see him just kind of stand over the ball as it's rolling, like he's waiting for the coverage to get down further downfield. Then he finally decides to pick it up and sprint upfield, but I'm not sure if that played in his favor there because Snowflake doing a great job of swarming the ball.
So the Demons will come out, set up a twin set, 2 receivers wide left and 2 wide right. Taylor will stay in the shotgun. Banda find it behind him. The snap to give to Banda. He cuts it up inside the middle. He's loose at the 20-30 and taken down by Keegan Bjorn after a pickup of 14 and a Horado Center first down for Dysart.
Well, Pedro Banda also in the process of getting that big gain put a great move on Luke Cron, who comes up from his safety position right behind the linebackers, but Banda puts a great move on him to gain another 6-7 yards after leaving Cron behind.
No free safeties over the top for the Lobos. As Dysart takes a snap, they're going to give to Band again. Hit in the backfield, just gets away and might have forward progress to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to say he lost one as the penetration led by J.R. Fox for the Lobos. So it's going to be a loss of 1 for Banda on that one.
And that's J.R. Fox coming up from his defensive tackle position, just blowing up the blocker and able to hit Pedro Banda effectively in the backfield. And as you say, just no gain whatsoever that time on that run.
We'll call it 2nd and 11, trips right. 1 receiver far side of the field to the left of Taylor. Taylor takes a shotgun snap. Gonna fake it. Yep, he's gonna keep it. Try to get to the edge, and he cannot do so. Big tackle on the play. Jade Bjorn, the junior, makes a tackle in the backfield on Taylor. It's gonna be another loss on the play, loss of 2 more. It'll set up a 3rd down and 13 for the Demons.
And that's just good defense there by Bjorn. Jade Bjorn coming up from that outside linebacker position. We talked about that being one of the keys for Snowflake tonight. You know, the combination of Banda and Taylor, who are the 2 leading rushers for these Dysart Demons, that's something these Snowflake Lobos are going to have to really focus on tonight, and that play exemplified just the defensive tenacity of the Lobos and limiting.
Hold on the offense and a personal foul on the defense. They offset. We replay 2nd down.
All right, so we had a holding penalty in the offense and a personal. I've never understood the offsetting penalties because a holding penalty is 10 yards. Personal foul is 15. Why don't you give them the 5 yards? Give them the difference, you know? 2nd down, they're going to say forward progress, got him back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 11. So they'll replay the down, actually, is what's happening. 2nd down and 11. Taylor takes the snap, fake to Banda, wants to throw, going deep, over the top to Metcalf, and overthrown everybody. Pass falls incomplete. Kurt Wood on the coverage for the Lobos, the leading, he has the most interceptions for the team. He has 6 on the season for the Lobos and had good coverage on that one.
Yeah, very good coverage, but you could definitely see they just send Metcalf down the sideline trying to outrun the coverage. But in the past, maybe throwing just a little too far down ahead of the receiver. But regardless, you could see Dysart just trying to exploit that sideline route. And good coverage by the Lobos, preventing them from knocking off a big gain there.
So I'm not sure if there was another penalty on the play, but they're re-talking things. There is a penalty. There's a flag on the far side of the field I see now. And so this one is going to go against Snowflake, and we'll check in with our head official.
We had a hold on the defense, 10-yard penalty, and we replay 2nd down.
So defensive holding.
So I'm guessing they call
Kurt Wood
that on Kurt Wood on his coverage. We talked about how tight he was covering the receiver.
So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 backs in the backfield with Taylor in the shotgun. fake. They run the option. Taylor's going to keep. He's got room up the middle. Cuts it to the left side. Still on his feet. He's got a blocker. He could go. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. No one's going to catch him. Taylor. Tyree Taylor, a 58-yard touchdown run for the Dysart Demons as they answer with 10:30 to go here in the second quarter. Dysart gets 6 on the board. Tyree Taylor showing why he's the second leading rusher on this team.
Well, he has good speed. Anyone that's going to outrun the Snowflake defense has to have good speed, and he showed it there. It's just a read option at the line of scrimmage. You know, he fakes the handoff to Banda and just keeps the ball and goes right up the middle and able to outrun the linebackers, beat the linebackers at the second level once he gets past them, but nothing but green ahead of him.
The Demons trying to take the lead here in this opening round game, and they do. The kick is up, and it is good. The Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard reads, Snowflake 6, the Demons 7. We will step away. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. As the Demons have just taken the lead 7-6 over the Snowflake Lobos in the 5-12 game in the opening round of the State Football Playoffs Division 4 style. We are set for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff when you get ready to start your college education. Go to the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. And Brimhall gets it, hands it off to Cron on the far side of the field, turns the corner, but cannot get much more than that. Gets past the 20, down to the 24-yard line. Lobos will have it there. First and 10, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, thanks, Mike. One of the questions I asked Coach Solomon during the pregame was, how do you keep the intensity up during practice all week, and especially in the game? I'll tell you what, being down 7-6 to the number 12 seed in the opening round of the playoffs is a pretty good way to get that intensity up, wouldn't you think?
I would hope so, as the Lobos better take it up a notch, because these Demons have come to play. They've been physical from the get-go, as Dysart. And the Lobos they don't play with a ton of intensity all year. They're very methodical, and we'll see how they do here in their opening drive of the second quarter. Franz in the backfield with Claret, give to him. He's got room off the right side, and has a good pickup, 8 yards. Out past the 30, Holyoke had to make the tackle. Excuse me, that's number 30, Romero. And it'll set up second down and 2 for Snowflake.
With that big gain, despite the fact that Dysart loads the line of scrimmage with defensive front, if they bring up at least 6 guys, probably 9 altogether in the box. But Snowflake just able to beat him outside the tackles on that right side to knock off a good game.
Cron will stay in the backfield, flanking Claridge to his left. Take the snap, give to him. He's going to try that right side again. Lobos definitely like to run off the right side. And there's a fumble on the play. We'll see. It is Dysart's ball.
Yep, they're going to say they get it.
In a tough break, as Cron had yardage for the first down, but has not had a ton of carries on the season. Kind of surprised he was in the backfield. I don't know if something's wrong with Solomon or not. But Cron only has 13 carries on the season. He had the last 2, and he coughed it up on the last one. Dysart will have it first and 10.
Bring up first and 10 for Dysart.
So Dysart will have excellent field position at the 42-yard line of Snowflake. Here comes Tyree Taylor, who just ran a 58-yard touchdown. He sends trips right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun, take the snap, give to Banda, and hit immediately and dropped. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, a loss of 1 on the play. 65. J.R. Fox in there on the tackle, along with Jacob Patton.
Yeah, that's just great defensive effort there up front by the Lobos, just holding firm. That's number 4, actually, Dakota Moore, linebacker position to fill the gap right behind the defensive tackles. Just great job by that Snowflake defense.
So second down and 11 for Dysart. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Taylor will stay in the shotgun. Banda to his right. Talking about picking up linebacker. Lobos show blitz. High snap. Running the option. Taylor keeps it and not much doing. He's dragging Justin Weber, and does get a pickup of 3 yards. But third and long now is Snowflake perhaps picking up the intensity a bit.
And that's just another that same read option that Taylor was able to score off of earlier. Just kind of holding the ball in the chest of Banda, reading that defensive end, and then finally electing to pull it back does Taylor. But great defensive work by that front to limit his gain.
So the Demons want to spread things out again with 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Banda to the right of Taylor. Takes the shotgun snap, wants to throw, going over the middle, has man. No, they're going to call Claridge for holding.
Claridge on the coverage against number 32 for Dysart. Christopher Metcalf on a crossing route, and Claridge just holds him up in the middle of the field. I think that's where the penalty is going to come into play.
And it is a defensive pass interference, and that's going to be an automatic first down for Dysart. A big, tough play.
Let's see, pass interference on the defense brings up a first down.
So the 1st and 10 for Dysart moves them into the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they will have it 1st and 10 and already a 1-point lead. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Taylor takes the snap, running the option play again. They give it to Banda. He's taken down in the backfield, stays on his feet. Weber, the first man there, and the host of Lobos there to clean it up. A 4-yard loss on the play.
And Jay Bjorn again also coming up from his outside linebacker position for the Lobos, doing a great job of just stretching it out as Taylor and Banda run that option off to that left side, but just good defensive work out on the perimeter by that Lobo defense.
So second down and 14. They this time move Banda in deeper in the backfield behind Taylor. Take the snap. Wants to throw. Taylor does. Here comes the pressure. Throws it deep and almost intercepted. Claridge had it at the goal line. Could not hang on. Pass intended for Brown. Chavez was back there as well. 2 receivers in the same area for Dysart.
Yeah, you said it just right, Mike. I was going to note, they had 2 Dysart receivers. I think that was a blown route because 2 receivers stacked on top of each other along with the guys defending them makes for a very crowded field when that pass is coming down. And Snowflake, surprisingly, had a good shot at the interception there, just couldn't pull it in.
Want to give a shout out to Russell down in Phoenix watching online on italk1067.com. That's the fun of this great video production by the students here at Snowflake High School. Taylor, this time on a counter. Banda, not much doing there. Looked like Bjorn came up to make the tackle after a minimal pickup. So Dysart now facing a 4th and 12. They're deep into Lobo territory, but not sure what their kicking game looks like.
Yeah, not me either, but Keegan Bjorn, that's Keegan Bjorn this time, the other outside linebacker, just doing a good job staying home on that counter and able to pick it up.
Looks like Dysart is going to go for it. They send trips left to the short side of the field. 1 receiver here to the far near side. That's Metcalf. As Taylor taking a long time at the snap count. Take the snap. He wants to throw. Going to Claridge on the slant route. He has it. He catches it. Metcalf has it inside the 10 to the 5. A first down. Horn Auto Center first down for the Demons as Taylor showing confidence in his receiver Metcalf, and they complete and gain 15 yards.
Metcalf able to cut in front of his defender, Trent Hatch, out on that corner position after the catch. Trent Hatch tries to push him and shove him down, but Metcalf keeps his footing and able to gain a lot more yards after that catch.
1st and goal to go. Dysart, 2 receivers either side. Taylor going to stay in the gun, make the snap, Missed the read, but Taylor keeps it, and he gets into the end zone on a busted play.
And they get a late flag coming in from the backfield, the defensive backfield.
This could be holding if this came in from the back judge. And it is. So this one's going to come back. So the Lobos dodge a bullet there. Taylor had gone in from 5 yards out, but this is going to back them up 5.
Well, as you say, that was a broken play, too. Taylor turning one direction.
Hold by the offense on the run. This will be a repeat of the down.
Anyway, as I was saying, the quarterback turns to the right and the back goes to the left. Wasn't sure what was going on, but Taylor smartly just grabs it and takes it into the end zone. But unfortunately, they're going to have to go again here.
They might put that into the playbook. 2 receivers again, either side. Taylor takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself and try to cut up inside, but the Lobos stay home this time. Jade Bjorn on the tackle. Ball's going to be at the 9-yard line. And the clock continues to run as we check in with the Black Diamond on Glass scoreboard. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Lobos trail the Demons 7-6. And Dysart's knocking on the door at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go. Taylor going to stay in the shotgun. Banda to his right. Take the snap. Wants to throw. To the corner of the end zone. Has a man wide open. Touchdown. It's Marcus Banda on the completion. From 10 yards out, the Demons strike again. And they now lead 13-6.
But just a great route off on that left side. They send one receiver deep to take the cornerback of the Lobos into the back of the end zone, then follow up with another back into that short front zone, and they find him wide open right at the goal line. So just a well-executed pass play by the Dysart Demons to go out ahead here.
So Holyoke on for the point after try. The snap, the hold, the kick is low, and it is no good. So that keeps the score 13-6. We will step away. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to Snowflake High School. The Lobos trail the number 12 seed Dysart Demons 13-6. As Dysart has the Northland Pioneer College kickoff, and it's a deep one taken at the 10. Brimhall coming out, has some room up the middle. He's loose at the 30 and is finally tackled at the 35-yard line. Hall on the tackle, but the Lobos again will start with good field position.
35.
So,
hey, take the deep breath. Let's go. We're all right. Deep breath. We're all right.
So Lobos will kind of have to try to answer. They have 5:17 left on the clock, and Lobos coming out. They're continuing to be flat here in the first half. We'll see how they do here. 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Solomon back in the backfield with Claridge. Take the snap. Claridge wants to throw and cannot complete. Hook up with Patterson, intended target there, and it falls incomplete. Led him a little too far. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, Mike, I'm over here on the Snowflake sidelines, and I got to tell you, after that last score by Dysart, it was a lot of wide eyes, hands on the hips. I tell you what, the coaching staff along with the players were not expecting to be down 13-6 late in the second quarter. Coaches yelling at the kids, trying to get them to stay pumped up. A lot of changes and questions going on. It's kind of mayhem down here on the Snowflake sideline.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. As not a position they are used to being in, as Claridge takes the snap, wants to throw again. Goes to the far side of Patterson, and he cannot complete that pass either. Too high. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 And now Snowflake's got to worry about leaving too much time on the clock for Dysart.
Absolutely. And, you know, offensively, their execution tonight, the Lobos, with the exception of that first possession where they drove the ball really well with some running and a few small short passes, their execution, especially on the passing game in this possession, just not sharp at all.
So 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers left. Bring Patterson in motion. Fake to him. Claridge wants to throw. Going deep. Has a man. It's JT Tate at the 40. The 30. Banda trying to wrestle the ball away. He's still driving. 10, 9. Finally tackled there. And we have a flag in the backfield, so hold everything. It is roughing the passer. And so this play will stand. Tate on a 53-yard pass completion from Tyler Claridge. Great play call by the Lobo coaching staff.
Well, and just as I was knocking the passing of Tyler Claridge with his inaccurate throws earlier, he puts that one right on the money. Just a perfect pass. He has to get it up over a defender with some touch, and he just puts it right into JT Tate's hands, and just a great play by the Snowflake Lobos here to put him in scoring position.
They're roughing the passer. It's tacked on to the end of the run. 1st down.
And so the half the distance to the goal line will put it inside the 5-yard line at Horn Auto Center. 1st down for the Lobos. 1st and goal to go from the 5. Claridge brings Patterson in motion, but the give is to Solomon. No, Claridge keeps it on the right side. He is close to the end zone, but chopped short at about the 2-yard line. Had us faked out up top here. Solomon took the brunt of the contact there. He's a little shaken up, but Claridge kept it to the 2.
Well, as you say, what sets that up is the fake to Solomon. The defensive front goes to Solomon, leaving a lane for Claridge off on that right side. Makes the most he can get of it, does Claridge, to put it down close to the end zone, right at the 2.
Hatch and Bjorn line up wide right. Patterson and Tate to the left. Claridge takes the snap. Solomon up the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown for the Lobos. A Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown. Nicholas Dutcher had a chance at him, but Solomon, the leading rusher for the Lobos, just too much power, and he gets into the end zone from 2 yards out. And the Lobos just an extra point away from knotting this one up.
That's just, you know, you got to credit that offensive front for the Lobos. It's just pure line surge to allow Solomon to fall in behind him and just get the space he needs to walk into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Lobos going for 2 as Patterson is in. He goes left side. He walks into the end zone untouched with a 2-point conversion, and just like that, the Lobos take the lead 14-13 over Dysart here in the 2nd quarter. We'll step away. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Are you a business owner that enjoys watching local sports? Would helping the local youth spark your interest? Then you do not want to miss this opportunity. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local sports produced by local high school students. Your tax-deductible sponsorship will keep us up and running and provide you with advertisement for your business. Call Sholo TV today to help your local high school students get experience while your business gets attention. Call 928-532-4160.
This
Snowflake High School. The Lobos have taken the lead here 14-13, and they have the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Low end over end kick taken at the 12. Having room. Oh, and big pop. Isaiah Hall trying to return it, and Dakota Moore stopped him in his tracks. But good field position for Dysart. A lot of time left on the clock, 4:07. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
That's a big hit. You know, the running back, after catching that ball, gets a good head of steam. And as you say, Moore just coming over, sliding over, and just putting a big pop on him right at the 35.
1st and 10 for Dysart. 2 receivers left. To the right. They now move those 2 receivers to the right. Nope, they're going to go back out. Weren't sure. Taylor stays in the shotgun. Banda behind him about 2 yards deeper. Taylor takes the snap, wants to throw, has the slot route, and it's complete. Oh, big hit. Chavez on the completion. Solomon hit him, but Chavez hangs onto it for a 12-yard completion and a Horn Auto Center first down.
That's a tough hit on number 82, Leon Chavez. After he catches the ball, he has JT Tate behind him, and then Solomon comes on high from the front end and just kind of scissors him in half. And he's going to go down to 2 knees here after that hit, the receiver Leon Chavez. So they're going to call timeout here.
He tried to pop up and act like nothing was wrong. Chavez is the one of the leading receivers for Dysart this year, has 15 catches for 219 yards. But
yeah, and he's pointing to his back right below his numbers on the back there. And that's the bend that we talked about.
Let's go back to the studio since we have this little break in the action, and I believe Royce Kincannon has a scoring update for us. Royce? All right, thank you very much, Royce. As apologize on the video side for the audio difficulties. We'll get that figured out. But right here, the Lobos clinging to a 1-point lead, and none of the games too far out of hand here so far in the first half around the state. Also, not too many surprises.
No, not really. You know, I mean, that Sholo score is tighter, I think, than what folks expected, as well as this game here, surprisingly. But, you know, we got a full half ahead of us for sure.
On first down, Taylor wants to throw again, complete to Metcalf. He is going to be tackled at the 45-yard line in Snowflake territory. Tate on the coverage, but the Demons have another Horn Auto Center first down.
That's about the third time we've seen that route with Metcalf just kind of doing that quick slant from a split position. They're finding that seam between the linebackers and the corners in that zone coverage, and Dysart doing a good job of exploiting that so far.
Taylor will stay in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Tight coverage for the Lobos. Takes the snap, it's high, give to Banda on the run, and he's going to be tackled immediately. LaGrange on the tackle individually. Taking care of Banda. Loss of 1 on the play, and the clock runs at 3:10.
That's just tough play up front by Leon LaGrange. We talked about him being one of the keys for the Snowflake defense tonight, and just doing a great job of plugging up the middle. Banda all night long. He's the leading rusher for these Dysart Demons, but that's Snowflake front really just denying those runs up the middle.
Again, Banda will line up 2 yards behind his quarterback in the shotgun, Taylor. Clock continues to wind. Take the snap. Wants to throw. Taylor does. He's got time. Throws it over the middle. Metcalf has it. He beats Tate. He's at the 10 and tackled inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. Big completion. 35 yards on the completion. No, excuse me, 40 yards on the completion. Taylor to Metcalf.
That's that same route. Metcalf split out wide right and just doing that inside move. About 5 yards deep, he just does a quick post route.
And Snowflake has no free safety.
They have no safeties back, and he's just burning the corner. And, of course, the passes from Taylor are just perfectly placed with good touch. And Dysart, again, finding that opening in the Snowflake defense here in the first half and exploiting it fully.
On the Horn Auto Center, first down for Dysart. Taylor takes the snap. Give to Banda, and he's going to be, he gets out of the backfield. He was stopped short. It looked like one of the
Solomon, I think, coming up from his linebacker position, looked like he had a hit on Banda, but Banda puts a move on him.
Yeah, Claridge finally got him, brought him down at the 5-yard line. So a lot of running for Banda, not much to show for it. As the pickup of 1 will make it second down and goal to go from the 5. Dysart will send 1 receiver to the right. Out wide. That's Chavez back in the ballgame. No, excuse me, that's Metcalf. And Banda will stay in the backfield with Taylor in the shotgun. Take the snap. Give to Banda again. He tries up the middle. Got positive yards this time, but just a 1 or 2. And he's going to be stopped there. And I think Dysart, we'll see if they call timeout. LaGrange in there on the tackle, but he has to come out as his helmet has come off. Clock running at 1:20.
And again, that's just good work up front by the Lobo defense. You know, Banda looked like he had some room initially, but that swarming defense for the Lobos doing a good job of just closing things up in between the tackles.
And I think Dysart is going to, they're going to call a timeout. Let the clock run. Banda threw his helmet off on the sideline. He looks a little banged up, and the Demons are going to take their first timeout. And we will keep it here as the Lobos, a lot of scoring here in the last 5 minutes. The Lobos able to take the lead, but here comes Dysart right back.
Well, Dysart's passing game been pretty effective tonight, Mike. You know, we talked about the twin powers from their running, on the running side between Taylor, the quarterback, and Banda, their primary running back. Both of them bringing a lot of yards rushing into tonight's ball game. But I think the big feature, I guess, offensively for both teams tonight is Dysart's passing game, just very effective with those slant routes.
So no doubt the Lobo is going to be looking to take that away. I'm sure the coaching staff for Dysart has a corner route as well, fake to the inside and then head back to the corner. We'll see if they elect to use that here as the ball is at the 4-yard line. Goal to goal. Teams have broken after the timeouts, are back on the field. Dysart sends Metcalf wide right though. Looks like he wants a lot of room to the inside. Taylor takes the snap, fake it, throws it inside, and it's picked off. It's Solomon, Zach Solomon. He's at the 10. Only one man to beat him. That's Banda, and he tackles him at the 40-yard line. Huge interception by Zach Solomon for the Lobos. Stops the drive for Dysart, and he brings it out to the 40-yard line. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. He had a good look at that one.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. The coaches were yelling right before that play, take away the slant, take away the slant. Defense heard them. That's exactly what they did. Turnover, and what a timely turnover for Snowflake.
55 seconds left in the second quarter. Lobos have 60 yards to go to put another touchdown on the board. We'll see if they can do it. Claridge takes the snap, wants to throw. Has JT Tate over the middle. Complete strike. Nobody's going to catch him at the 10. The 5 touchdown, 1 play, and 60 yards later, the Lobos take the lead and extends the lead, I should say, as they answer right back. 2 huge plays. Could be the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game, either the interception by Solomon or the or the completion to JT Tate. Boy, punt. Claridge has been on the money with those 2 passes after missing badly here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, you can't make them more perfect than that. Tate, as you say, just one-on-one against that corner, able to beat him over the middle of the field, and just a perfectly placed pass.
And that was Banda as the kick is up by Step, and it is good. 45 seconds to go. Our score 21-13. You are listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be right back.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
There's no better.
Snowflake High School, Lobos extending their lead now 21-13. And they are now set for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. They're looking like they're going onside. They just throw it up in the air, and it's going to be fielded. No, fumbled at the 30. Ball's loose. Lobos have it. Are you kidding me? And now penalty flag comes in late. Boy,
they're going to call a late hit on Leon LaGrange from Snowflake, but that's after Kurt Wood recovers that kick.
But I don't think Romero, Dutcher, excuse me, I don't think he realized it's a live ball. He did not look like he was in any hurry to pick that one up. So let's check in with our official. Nope, they're calling a personal foul against Snowflake, but if it's after the fumble, it'll just back him up 15.
Right, I think from what because I could see the referee trying to pick up the number of Leon LaGrange as he was running off the field, so I think they're going to say it's after the recovery.
Let's check.
And it was over. Play was over. We had a personal foul for a late hit on blue.
And so the fumble will stand. The fumble recovery will, I guess not really a fumble recovery. The onside, it's almost like an onside kick. This will back the Lobos up to the 46-yard line of Dysart, though. Still plenty of time, 41 seconds. The Lobos have 2 timeouts left. And Claridge just threw a bomb of 60, well, didn't throw it 60 yards, but they hooked up for 60 yards. He and JT Tate. I'm sure Dysart will keep an eye on him. 1st and 10. Lobos sending everybody in tight. Claridge in the shotgun. Moves Patterson, takes a snap, looking to throw, and has it complete to Solomon. He runs over a man at the 35, and he has an 11-yard pickup and a Horn Auto Center first down for the Lobos. And a roughing the passer penalty as Claridge took a hit after the play. That'll tack more yards on.
That's huge for the Lobos. Not only do they get a good gain, enough for the first down and burn very few seconds off the clock, but now with the penalty.
Roughing the passer on the defense, tacked on to the end of the run, first down.
All right, there you go. So that'll move the ball all the way to the 20-yard line. Lobos in business, actually at the 19, 34 seconds as we check in with the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard. And the Lobos going to keep everybody in tight once again. Solomon is the up back. Patterson, the deep man, to the left of Claridge. Wind the clock, take the snap, fake it to Patterson, looks to throw over the middle to the end zone, and a lot of contact. JT Tate goes up for it. Taylor on the coverage for Dysart, and it falls incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 24 seconds.
Well, there's contact for sure, but both the receiver and the defender going up for that high pass, and just in the process colliding with each other, so they will not call a penalty here.
2nd down and 10. Trips left for the Lobos. Claridge takes a snap, rolls left, wants to throw. Here comes pressure. Completes it to Patterson in the flats, inside the 10, and he's going to be taken down. Tackle on the play by Delgado.
Yep, they're going to call.
We're going to get JT Tate on a block in the back as he was trying to help out Patterson. And so this one is going to back it up.
You can hear on the effects mic, the field effects mic, them talking about that.
Indeed, a shout out to Kinley Caldwell for having that effects mic in the right place at the right time to bring you the live action, live sounds from the game as we check in with our head official.
He's trying to block in the back by the offense. Repeat 2nd down.
Repeat 2nd down. So negate that big pickup by Patterson. Take it right back to the 24-yard line. Going to set up 2nd down and 15. So Claridge will spread the formation a little bit more, 2 to the left. Patterson and Tate. 2 also to the right. Bring Patterson in motion. Snap, fake. Wants to throw the screen pass, and it's complete to Solomon. He's got nobody in front of him. One blocker, and he goes up over the top. Man. Touchdown, Lobos. Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown, and JT Tate makes up for the block in the back by engaging his defender and taking him all the way to the end zone where Solomon could go over the top. And Solomon is a little banged up after going up high over the top of Tate in order to catch the pylon and put 6 more on the board with 2 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
That's just great work by Snowflake on executing that screenplay. Not only JT Tate placing a good block, but we had a pulling lineman as well lead Solomon ahead And just great execution by Snowflake to get the score.
Step on for the try after, and no good, as he almost missed that ball. And yeah, a little Charlie Brown action right there. But nonetheless, the Lobos hold on to the lead and extend the lead on a 24-yard pass completion on the screen pass from Claridge to Solomon. And he scores another touchdown for the Lobos. They lead 27-13. We have 2 seconds left in the half, so Dysart's going to have to return this one if they want to get more points on the board. Let's go down and check in on with the sidelines with Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Well, I got to tell you, Mike, he dove right in front of me over the pylon. I got to say, though, all right, it was a cool play. He probably could have made one cut and got in without diving. Go to the right. But when you're in the playoffs and you're in high school, why not jump over the pylon, right?
I saw that, too. A lot of clear sailing if he just runs to the right, but it looked a lot cooler going up over the top of the one receiver and one defender. Set to kick off for the Lobos is Logan Whitlock, and it's a low line drive that's taken out, and that was ill-advised. Fielded on the play by Marcus Banda. He tries to go down to preserve the time, but that's going to do it for the first half. Once again, the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard reads the Lobos 27. The Dysart Demons, who had the lead early in the second quarter, now trail 27-13. And we're going to keep it right here real quick and see if we have an interview. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. He's got Coach Kay Solomon on the sideline. Brandon?
Coach, you go into halftime, 27-13. It was a little scary there when you were down one. You got to tell me, what are your thoughts in this first half?
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start. We've done that a few times this year. Give credit to them. We knew they'd come up to play. You know, they're not just coming up here thinking that they're going to take a loss. So we give them credit. They're playing hard. They're playing good football, but our boys are rising to the occasion, taking care of business.
What's the message at halftime, Coach?
Let's keep it rolling. Same thing, more of the same.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Mike?
All right, thank you very much, Brandon, and thanks to Coach Kay Solomon. His Lobos lead 27-13 over the number 12 seed Dysart Demons. When we come back, it's the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show right here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services, from free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah!
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Are you a business owner that enjoys watching local sports? Would helping the local youth spark your interest? Then you do not want to miss this opportunity. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local sports produced by local high school students. Your tax-deductible sponsorship will keep us up and running and provide you with advertisement for your business. Call Sholo TV today to help your local high school students get experience while your business gets attention. call 928-532-4160.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
In today's challenging economy,
all this, so we'll just blame him since he's not here.
All right, sounds good.
But our score here at halftime: the Lobos 27 over the Dysart Demons 13. And let's take a look at how that scoring happened in the first half with Punt Cooley. Punt?
Well, it took the entire first quarter, literally the entire first quarter, before anyone got up on the board. Snowflake striking first with Tyler Claridge with a 1-yard touchdown run with no time left in the first quarter to bring the score to 6-0. The point after attempt was blocked by Dysart. Dysart then with a big touchdown run from their quarterback Tyree Taylor, 40-plus yards in the second quarter, go ahead 7-6 with the successful point after. And then Dysart again with 5:24 left in the second quarter on a 3-yard touchdown pass from Taylor to Banda to bring the score to 13-6 in favor of Dysart. Snowflake then striking back quickly, 2-yard touchdown run by Zach Solomon, and then Patterson run with the point after run attempt being successful to put Snowflake back on top with about 4 minutes left in the second. That scored then 14-13. And then the big interception with Dysart driving down all the way down to the 2-yard line of Snowflake and attempting a pass. Zach Solomon intercepts it in the end zone and able to run it back close to midfield. Snowflake on the next play on their first on the first play of with a big touchdown strike from Claridge to JT Tate, 60-yard touchdown pass with 45 seconds left in the second quarter to bring the score to 21-13 in favor of Snowflake. And then Snowflake with that successful pooch kick and able to recover that loose football on the kickoff to Dysart. Quickly then going back to a screen pass to Zach Solomon and 25-yard touchdown pass with just 2 seconds left in the second quarter. And the point after attempt failed, the kick failed, but regardless, that leaves us with the halftime score of Snowflake 27 and Dysart 13.
All right, thank you very much, Punt. And obviously coaches will tell you that a lot of playoff football is about the ball bouncing your way, and it didn't exactly bounce, but boy, that was a big swing. That's a 2-score swing when Solomon intercepts that pass, because that Dysart has a chance to go up by a touchdown. And then not only that, but then the Lobos strike. They score on the very next play on that 60-yard pass from Claridge to Solomon. I mean to Tate. So huge swing. I mean we have a 14-point lead right now, and that's the difference in the game.
Yeah, well, you know, after Solomon intercepts that ball, after it looked like Dysart would put more points on the scoreboard and be ahead at halftime, with that interception, that's huge swing, not only to give Snowflake the ball and to deny Dysart the ability to put points up, but then Snowflake turning around quickly and putting 2 touchdowns up in 45 seconds is just a major accomplishment for them, and certainly a big boost, you know, in terms of their confidence and just their momentum going into halftime with a big lead.
Well, and again, we want to thank some of our sponsors for bringing you live football action on the radio and on the internet. And I apologize for our audio stream on the internet, on the video side of things. We're trying to figure out some new equipment, and perhaps that's the problem. But we want to thank Brown and Russo Insurance for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, or business, visit the nearest Brown and Russo Insurance agency. with 4 locations in Show Low, Pine Top, Springerville, or Tempe. Also, I want to thank Subway. Eat fresh. We're going to take a quick break here on the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. When we come back, we'll take a look inside the numbers with Mike Colwell, as well as a scoring update from the other 7 games around the state in Division IV football. We'll be back right after this.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services, from free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
High school, as the Snowflake Marching Band entertaining the fans here at halftime. It is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show here on iTalk. 5:22 to go in the half. Actually, 8:22, and our score 27-13. The Lobos on top of the Dysart Demons, and kind of looked a little shaky there for a while, but the Lobos have come out and put 3 quick scores on the board in the second quarter to take this lead into the locker room at halftime. And speaking of scores, we have 7 other games going on around the state in Division IV football, and we want to go back to the studio and get some updates on those games with Royce Kincannon. Royce? All right, thank you very much, Royce. And lots of interesting scores, especially that Show Low Combs game, 15-4. That's kind of the way it was here, though. Dysart holding on to the lead early, but Show Low in the locker room at halftime. I'm sure Coach Reisdorf not happy with that one.
No, not at all. You know, Show Low did suffer a big injury last week, losing one of their key running backs and certainly one of the anchors of their defense at middle linebacker, Jason Brown. So that's a big blow to that Show Low team. But, you know, they're a fairly deep team. You know, it's next man up philosophy there, and you certainly can't, blame their start with Combs on that. It's probably just a poor start, maybe a little overconfidence, who knows. But Coach Reisdorf certainly in a position with his coaching staff to be able to make adjustments and it'll be interesting to see how that second half plays out.
And, of course, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets trailing River Valley, but it's a close game there as well.
Yeah, very close. You know, big, long trip for the Yellow Jackets, having to go all the way to Mojave Valley to play that football game. But, you know, they're doing a good job staying tough. River Valley, of course, we talked about in the state playoffs, or I'm sorry, in the state championship game the last 2 years. So clearly a program on the rise and pretty solid program altogether. So for Blue Ridge, stay that tough at halftime, doing a good job.
All right, now let's go ahead and move on to our next segment, which is to look inside the numbers, take a look at the stats from the first half. Both teams actually were able to move the ball fairly effectively, and we'll check in and take a look at the numbers that tell the true game with Mike Colwell. Mike?
Thanks, Mike. We'll start with Dysart. And Tyree Taylor was 5 of 9 for 81 yards, 1 TD, and then a crucial interception at the end of the first half. Leading the way receiving was Chris Metcalf. He was his favorite receiver, 3 receptions, 62 yards. Marcus Banda also had 1 reception for 8 yards, but it was a TD. Leading the way rushing was Tyree Taylor, 5 carries for 64 yards, and 58 of that coming on a TD run that got them out to the lead. We got Pedro Banda. Snowflake's done a really good job of holding their leading rusher to 9 carries for 11 yards.
Wow.
The total for the Dysart is 81 yards passing, 79 yards rushing for a grand total of 160 yards. Snowflake fared a little bit better, as the score indicates, but that came all late in the second quarter. Tyler Claridge really not throwing for a great percentage, but he's only 4 of 10 for 143 yards, but 2 of those receptions are TDs. Receiving, leading the way is JT Tate for 3 receptions, 125 yards and a TD, and one of those was a 60-yard TD. Zach Solomon's 8 carries for 58 yards, and he's a leading rusher, bringing the total for Snowflake 143 rushing and 108 passing. Or excuse me, we got that flip-flop. Claridge has 143 yards passing and rushing 108 yards for a total of 241. Each team has a couple. Well, actually, Snowflake has recovered the ball twice, and then we also have an interception. So.
And Dysart, I think, recovered 1 fumble.
Right. So 1 fumble for Dysart recovered, and Snowflake had a key interception, and then backed that up with that, I guess you call it a fumble or the onside kick. So that's the stats for this half, and we look forward to an exciting half in the second.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mike, and for taking those numbers down. And punt, obviously the numbers bear out. The Lobos about 80 more yards of total offense, but Dysart was definitely in this game. Let's talk about the Ace Hardware keys to the second half. We'll start with the Dysart Demons.
Well, I think the big key for them, as their coach had talked about coming into tonight's ball game, is to be effective offensively, at least sharp enough to not only put points up. Of course, they're behind now, so they're certainly in a position where we're going to need put points up, but also to deny Snowflake the ability to possess the ball and burden the clock down in the second half with a lead. So turnovers, I think, is going to be a huge factor for them. They've got to be able to put some drives together and sustain them without turning the ball over to have a chance tonight. And obviously they need to put points up. But in the process of doing that, also denying Snowflake the ability to possess the ball and grow even further on the lead. And then, of course, on the Snowflake side, I think it just comes down to execution. You know, turnovers, again, is something they'll want to avoid. But we saw quite a few penalties in that first half on both sides of for both teams, and I think that's going to be something that their coaches are probably talking about. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot here in the second half. Let's just execute, play good, solid football, and they should be able to be in a position to pull out the win.
Absolutely. All right, very, very good. Thanks so much, Punt, as the teams are on the field for the 3-minute mandatory warm-up period, and the captains will meet on the field. Dysart will have the ball to start the second half, and obviously that first drive will be very important for both teams. Well, that's going to do it for our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Don't forget to check out sunriseskipark.com for details on snow levels. Take a look at their cameras to kind of give you an idea of what's going on up there on the mountain. And I'll have some specials as well. When we come back, it's time for the second half kickoff right here at iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Are you a business owner that enjoys watching local sports? Would helping the local youth spark your interest? Then you do not want to miss this opportunity. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local sports produced by local high school students. Your tax-deductible sponsorship will keep us up and running and provide you with advertisement for your business. Call Sholo TV today to help your local high school students get experience while your business gets attention. Call 928-532-4160.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
On the web at italk1067.com, they jumped the gun on the kickoff. I don't even think they ran the whole time off. But on the kickoff, Dysart with good field position out to the 39-yard line. And they will try to get back to within one score against Snowflake. And let's go down to Brandon Todd, our sideline reporter. He's got an update coming out of the locker rooms at halftime. Brandon?
Nope, just some more insight for you, Mike. One of the hardest things it was for me as a player to do on cold games is when you go into the halftime is come back out with the same intensity that you went in at. It'll be interesting to see who comes out with more intensity at halftime, Snowflake or Dysart.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon, as the give to Banda up the middle. And he's hit, but is able to fall forward for a gain of 2. And it looks like Dysart wants to reestablish the running game with Pedro Banda, but only picks up 2 on the first down play.
Well, and as we saw in that first half, Mike, LaGrange this time, number 58, anchoring that defensive front, again, right in Pedro's face pretty much as he gets that ball on the handoff. So just doing a good job again here in the second half to start.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on second down. Give to Banda again. He's going to try the left corner, turns the corner out to the 45-yard line, picks up another 3 yards as Banda coming out running hard after the locker room. And LaGrange in there on the tackle for Snowflake. It'll set up 3rd down and 4 for the Demons.
He's getting help from his linebackers as well. Zach Solomon following up to help on that with the assist on the tackle. But as you say, Mike, finding a little bit more space as they move outside with that running game are the Dysart Demons on that play.
First 3rd down situation of the second half. Send Metcalf wide right, 2 receivers to the left. Taylor has 2 backfields. Taylor, has 2 backs. High snap, but Taylor keeps it, and he's got room up the middle. Pickup of 10 yards and a Horn Auto Center first down for Tyree Taylor and the Dysart Demons.
So the senior quarterback for the Demons doing a good job. That high snap, as you talked about, Mike, looked like it might get through his hands initially, but he's able to pull it down and finds room right up the middle. And with his speed and quickness, able to beat that defensive pursuit and knock off a big game for the first down.
2 backs to either side of Taylor in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Give to Banda again. He's going off left side. Not much doing there. J.R. Fox, the first man there, but Solomon there to clean it up. And no gain on the play. I should mention, the ball's at the 45-yard line in Snowflake territory.
So that's Solomon and Bjorn, Jade Bjorn this time off on that right side, doing a good job of just stretching that play off out to the sideline and not allowing Pedro Banda much room to be able to cut upfield and deny any gain whatsoever.
2nd down and 10, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Banda will stay in the backfield to Taylor's right. Take the snap, run the option, and Taylor tries to keep it, and he's hit in the backfield. The whole offensive line, Fox and Solomon back there in the backfield for a loss of 3 on the play. Going to set up a 3rd and long.
So a little bit of an adjustment from Snowflake. You know, that's that read option between Banda and Taylor. Taylor in that first half was finding success of pulling the ball on the fake to Banda and then running upfield. But this time that defensive front just shutting down Taylor as soon as he does try to pull the ball out of Banda's hands.
Banda moves to the other side of Taylor, trips right. Metcalf, the lone receiver to the far side of the field for Taylor. Wants to throw, has to pull it down on the fake. He's going to be sacked for a loss. Too much penetration. Fox and Bjorn back there on the sack. Going to bring up 4th down and 15 at the midfield stripe. And Dysart's going to have a tough decision. We'll see what they decide to do.
They're going to bring their punt team out, are the Demons. But Snowflake just doing an outstanding job at the line of scrimmage and just beating up that Dysart offensive line on that possession.
So the punt will happen. It gets away. It's a good one. High punt. Brimhall comes up and he fumbles it, and Dysart has it. Dysart has it, I believe, at the 25-yard line. They had it for a moment. Oh, Brimhall somehow comes up with that ball.
That comes right off of his breastplate of his shoulder pads.
I haven't seen a signal.
Well, they're going to signal Dysart ball here. And the Snowflake defense does stay out. So obviously Dysart, they had 2 men in position right around Brimhall, and when that punt comes down, it comes off his front breastplate of his shoulder pads and pops up. So you had 3 guys scrambling in front of the ball, 2 Dysart players and Brimhall, and obviously Dysart able to come up with it.
1st and 10 for the Demons at the Lobo 25-yard line. Taylor takes the shotgun snap, give to Banda, has room up the middle, inside the 20 to about the 13-yard line. And Banda, though, however, still down on the turf. Wilkins in there on the tackle. And Banda does get up. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Hey, an interesting observation on the Snowflake defense. We noticed that in the first half they weren't having any safeties back, and that Dysart was having a lot of success on those slants, and then the deep slants. But you can see now, I don't know who the number is, but the defense definitely has Claridge playing the safety position now on defense.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. As the Lobos do show cover 2. As Taylor takes the shotgun snap, he wants to throws it to the far flat, has it complete to Chavez, That is not Chavez. That's a new receiver out there, Yanez. And he has it complete, and it is a first down, a Horn Auto Center first down for the Demons, and a pickup of 4. So the Demons will have it 1st and 10 at the Lobo 15.
And the receiver for Dysart going just far enough, knowing where the markers are, and it's pretty critical in a play like that, a pass play. You want to make sure your receivers get deep enough to get the first down. They are successful there.
Metcalf and Hall line up wide to the near side. 2 receivers left. Taylor takes the snap, give to Banda. Banda's got room up the middle, inside the 10 to the 7. Cron makes the tackle for the Lobos, but not before a good pickup, as the Demons having a little more success running the ball in the second half here than they did in the first.
Well, they find room off that right tackle, do the Demons with that handoff to Banda, and he's quick. He gets through that line of scrimmage with a full head of steam and does not get tackled until he gets to the 3rd level.
Trips left. Metcalf, the lone receiver to the far side of the field. Taylor signaling plays out to Metcalf. Take the snap. Fake to Banda. No give to Banda. And he is hit, and J.R. Fox is not going to let him go any farther. No gain on the play. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard back to the 8-yard line. As our Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard reads, 27-13. Lobos on top with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
That's J.R. Fox slanting in down towards the center, and just beating his blocker to the gap and just doing a great job of just sealing off those gaps up front at the line of scrimmage.
So Dysart keeps 2 backs in the backfield. Banda joined by younger brother Marcus now. Taylor will stay in the shotgun. Take the snap. Give it to the younger. No fake. And give it to Pedro. He's up. He's at the 5. It reached for the end zone, and we'll have to sort it all out.
No. They're gonna.
He is short
judging from the mark of that line judge on the opposite side. They're gonna put him right about the 1 foot line.
Yeah, but it is a Horn Auto Center first down. The officials have not had. They've not been in playoff tonight. Kind of some interesting. So it'll bring up first and goal from 1. Taylor stays in the shotgun. Band about 2 yards deep. The snap. It's high, and Taylor has to jump on it. He recovers it back inside the 10-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 12. And a huge mistake. Dysart trying to get back into this game.
We talked about the keys, for Dysart. If they expect to stay in this thing, they have to put drives together, which they've been doing with this possession. They've been successfully marching down the field against the Snowflake defense. But then when they get right down in close, right on the line, and have a bad snap like that and set them back more yards is just a killer for them offensively.
Tommy Lopez, the center. This one's good. Taylor wants to throw. He's going up over Metcalf. Oh, and it's almost there. Kurt Wood asking for defensive pass interference. And pass falls incomplete with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. In the third, and it's going to bring up third down and goal from the 13-yard line. Taylor thought he had something he liked over there, but Kurt Wood is about 6'4", way over the top of Metcalf.
Yeah, he definitely has the height advantage, and he's a leaper as well as Kurt Wood. And that pass looked like it had enough air where you might be able to get up and high point it for an interception. But regardless, Dysart will make another effort here to get into the end zone on third down.
Banda stays to the right of Taylor, looking to throw. Looking left, nothing there. Throws it out in the flats. It's tipped, and the screen pass, kind of a bubble screen out there intended for Leon Chavez, but it falls incomplete. So on fourth down, does Dysart go for it, or do they have somebody who can kick a field goal that far?
Well, we saw them in this field position in the first half, and they elected to go for it, so that would kind of hint that they don't have a field goal kicker, and they'll keep Taylor. He'll huddle his guys up on offense, so they're certainly going to put a play together here to try to get into the end zone.
Big fourth down and 13 for Dysart. They have to get into the end zone. Taylor's going to stay in the shotgun. The slant looks open for Metcalf. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Taylor gets out of pressure, gets out, but he cannot get out of the final pressure. Dropped at the line of scrimmage. The pressure gets to him, and he goes down, and the Demons will turn it over on downs, and Taylor very slow getting up as Weber credited with the sack on Tyree Taylor.
And Taylor was smothered, as you say, Mike, and just kind of sandwiched in between two of those big defensive linemen for Snowflake. Maybe got the air knocked out of him a little bit.
And you got to believe it was in the back of Taylor's mind, the interception he threw down here on the goal line earlier. Didn't want to let that one go into dangerous waters. So Lobos, 1st and 10. Claridge going to give on the sweep. And it's Hatch. He turns the corner at the 20, the 30, and is tackled at the 32-yard line. Big pickup as Taylor comes up to make the tackle, but Hatch has 20 yards, 15 yards on the play.
Well, that's just a case of Snowflake offensively, both their pulling linemen and their backs just beating Dysart out to the edge there and able to turn upfield for a big gain by Claridge.
Claridge going to go in the shotgun. Take the snap, give to Solomon. He's got room on the right. That's Luke Cron back in the game. He fumbled last time he carried it. Coach is coming right back with him. And he has a 5-yard pickup out to the 37-yard line. And we got Chavez down. I believe that's Chavez down in the backfield for the Demons.
Yeah, that's the receiver in the first half that was bent backwards and had a lower back injury, at least enough of an injury to stop play, and he's now just laying flat on the field. Not clear what the injury is, but they'll call a timeout here to check him out. And while we're on a break here, we want to make sure and thanks White Mountain Youth Productions and Sholo TV, kids from Sholo Snowflake High School, multimedia classes. Tonight's crew, technical What is this?
Technical director.
Technical director. It looks like an O, but it's a D. Is Caden Ramage and Eli Martineau. Graphics, Julio Juarez. Audio, Dimitri Nez and Lachey Green. Camera tonight on cameras, Aubrey Callender, McKenna Legg, Nick Cantor, Amy Lana, and Braden Neff. And our advisor tonight from Snowflake is Denise Westover, and of course from Sholo TV 56, Mel West. We'd like to thank all of them for their effort tonight. Always do a great job.
Absolutely. I think we had a couple comments about people who have watched the video and for the first time and notice what a good job, what a quality production it is. So definitely want to thank all those involved in bringing you that tonight. As Chavez is being helped off the field, he is being carried. He is not under his own power, so not a good sign for Leon Chavez, the junior tight end and defensive lineman for the Demons, who face an uphill battle here. The Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard reads 27-13. Lobos still on top, but 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Excuse me. Also want to thank Brown and Rousseau Insurance for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, or business, visit the nearest Brown and Rousseau Insurance Agency with 4 locations in Cholo, Pine Top, Springerville, and Tempe. So after the injury timeout, Claridge in the shotgun. Give Cron. He's off the right side, trying to pick his way through traffic, but will not get too far. Holla in there on the tackle. Haven't called his name since early on, and he gets involved in that stop. A 2-yard pickup, bring up 3rd down and 3.
That's McKinley Holla, junior linebacker, one of the taller kids out there on the field today. He was very active in that first quarter for Dysart, and as you say, Mike, kind of quiet recently, but does a great job from his inside linebacker position, just sliding down the line of scrimmage and tackling Cron on that play.
Little confusion at the spot of the ball, and the clock will wind. Claridge will stay in the shotgun. Everybody else in tight. Give to Cron again. He's going off that right side, and boy, you know, the Lobos, we know the Lobos really value the right side of that line. A couple of big guys, J.R. Fox, one of the guys leading the way, and on that 3rd down carry, a pickup of just 2. He needed 3, and so the Lobos going to be about a yard short. Oh no, they're gonna measure.
Yeah, it's close enough where they're gonna pull the chains out to do the measure here. It is very close.
So want to remind everybody to stay tuned for the post-game wrap-up show where we'll announce the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game and the Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game. I think this is one of those few nights, Punt, where
Not for a first down.
as the Lobos do pick up the Horn Auto Center 1st down. As I was saying, though, probably one of the easier nights to pick the Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far.
And there's a couple to pick from, but, you know, that interception in that first half, huge for Snowflake in terms of turning the tide on this game.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Claridge. Snap, wants to throw now. Looking over the middle. Throws, double coverage, intercepted by Taylor. He's at the 40. He's trying to beat J.T. Tate, who was the intended receiver, but Taylor, a big interception for the Demons, and brings it out to the 45-yard line, stopping the drive of the Snowflake Lobos.
Well, maybe not that smart of a pass by Claridge. You know, it's hard to know what he's seeing from that pocket position. He's not one of the taller quarterbacks that you'll see in this division, so it's hard to know what he's seeing, but he threw into double coverage, and Tyree Taylor in perfect position, playing over the top, just able to gather up that pass on the interception. So another big turnover. That's a key we talked about, Mike, for the Lobos. For them in this second half is just be able to execute and burn time off, and then to turn the ball over and allow Dysart an opportunity here. That's huge.
So 1st and 10, Dysart. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Taylor will stay in the shotgun. Metcalf in the backfield behind him. Take the snap, give to Metcalf. He's got room up the middle. Ooh, big hit coming up. Looked like it was Moore. making the first hit. Luke Cron finished him off, but Metcalf has 8 yards on the play. It'll set up 2nd down and 2. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Mike, I'm over here on the Dysart sideline, and they have Banda number 15 on the bench, pads off, working on his left collarbone. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. I'll try to get more for you, Mike.
All right, thank you. And that's a big hit to the Demons, although Metcalf on his first carry picks up 8 yards. Trips left this time for Dysart. Taylor takes a snap. He's going to try Metcalf again. No, he pulls it, trying to get up inside. Stiff arm, but a big tackle by Kirk Wood. Able to hold Taylor to just a 1-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1 at the Lobo 45-yard line.
And Dakota Moore also from inside linebacker position, sliding down line of scrimmage and helping with that tackle as well. But Tyree Taylor putting him in good position here with this 3rd and short to try to get the first down here and keep this drive alive.
So new players in there for the Demons with some injuries to Chavez and Banda. Taylor takes a snap, give to Metcalf. He is hit, and LaGrange was there. The spin forward, though, may have helped the Demons. We'll see what the spot looks like. It's going to be very close. I think he's going to be just a hair short, but the officials are going to measure just to make sure, as Metcalf, a little more size, I believe, than Banda, but not quite able to get away from LaGrange, one of the leading tacklers for the Lobos.
But as you say, Mike, that spin on the tackle where he's spinning him down to the ground actually gave him a few more yards, or a few more inches, I guess. But they will end up short, Will Dysart. So it'll be 4th down and about 1.
We will call it 1. It's more like a foot to get the first down. So they will reset it there, and we'll see what. I got to believe Dysart's got to go for it here in Lobo territory, down 2 scores. No Banda, though, although Taylor has shown the ability to run the ball for the Demons.
And we saw him earlier in the first half just take the snap and push forward right behind his center. So we'll see if they do that here. He'll go under center to get the snap.
One back in the backfield. That's Marcus Banda. Taylor takes the snap. Give it to Banda. Tries to get to the outside, and he's not going to get there. He was snowed under. Big penetration by the Lobo front line. Justin Weber forced him wide, and LaGrange finished him off, along with Dakota Moore for the Lobos. So the Demons turn it over on downs. Lobos will have it 1st and 10.
J.R. Fox as well. We want to make sure we call his number. He's out there reaching in there as well to get the runner.
So it'll be the Lobos on with 1st and 10. And after the interception, the Lobos hold strong, and they will have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Just 43 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Claridge will stay in the shotgun. Everybody else in tight. Cron in the backfield to his left. Give to him. He goes off that right side. Hit from behind by Holla, but drags Holla for about 3 yards. And I'll pick up 2 or 1. And let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. He's got an update on Pedro Banda.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened to him. I saw them put a pad on his left collarbone, taped it up, put his pads back on, helmet is on. It looks like he'll be entering soon.
Well, it is. It could be his last game of the season. The senior leading rusher wants in this game. Lobos, they're going to say he's 2nd down and 10, just to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. Take the snap. This time, Cron gets it, waits, finds room in the middle, and has it out to the 45-yard line. A 9-yard pickup this time for Cron. A little more patient, and the clock will run out on the 3rd. 4th and final will be coming up. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter here. It's win or go home, first round of the playoffs in Division IV football. And right now the Snowflake Lobos, as we check in with the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard, they lead the Dysart Demons 27-13. And just in time for the fourth and final, our audio should be cleared up for those of you watching on italk1067.com. We want to thank you. We know you have a choice on who to listen to for your high school football, as we got all kinds of movement on the line, and we'll see who jumped first. Looks like this one's going against the Lobos.
Well, you had linemen moving for the Lobos as well as at least one back.
Dead ball, snap infraction on the center. 5-yard penalty.
And one of those linemen not doing the right thing was the center, so that's always a recipe for disaster when your center can't get the snap off.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 now. Lobos were knocking on the door of the first down. We'll now have to back it up. Everybody's in tight. Claridge takes a snap, give it on the counter to Hatch. He's got room up the left side, cuts it back in the middle, across midfield. Taylor makes the tackle, but not before Hatch has a Horn Auto Center first down out to the Demon 40-yard line.
And interesting, Mike, with this Snowflake offense, as you'd been mentioning several times, they're going to a much tighter formation, double tight. We saw them spread more in the first half. Now they're just tightening things up at the line of scrimmage. So some adjustment they're making at halftime is starting to work here offensively for the Lobos.
Give to Baird on the end around. He's got room, and he's got Solomon in front of him. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And they're going to call block in the back as Baird gets in the end zone, but bring it back. As one of the lead blockers for the Lobos might have caught somebody in the back.
Well, that was Tyree Taylor, number 8. And that's who they're going to call the block against in the back, was Taylor, as he's moving out there.
Well, don't forget, you can always go back onto italk1067.com and check out the video. You can rewind it wherever you like, talk about the call on the chat, as the flag was thrown at the 20-yard line. And the bad news for Baird is he was probably already clear of that when that flag went down. So it'll back up the Lobos as we get the official word from our head official, I think.
We had a block in the back on the touchdown. We'll replay the down, first down over.
All right, there you go. And we do owe you a scoring update back in the studio. We'll get to that at our next opportunity. But they do get the credit for the Horn Auto Center first down, does Baird on the fly sweep. Lobos 1st and 10. Claridge is going to stay in it shotgun, as we're not quite sure what the holdup is. They're going to check the spot. Right now, currently spotted at the Demon 30-yard line. And I wish I knew how long the officials were going to talk, but okay, we're going to maybe get an explanation. Nope, we're ready for play. All right. Claridge will stay in the same formation. Cron in the backfield with him. Take the snap, give it to him. He's going to go off right side, going to be tackled, hit immediately. Demons going after the ball as Hollow, the first man there, trying to hold him up so his teammates can go after the ball, but no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, that's Hollow along with Nick Dutcher for the Demons. A couple of linebackers doing a good job to sealing off that gap at the line of scrimmage and denying Snowflake the opportunity to make any gain on that running play.
Clock continues to run. Claridge staying in the shotgun. Now Patterson's in the backfield with him, but it's the end around. It's Baird up the middle, has room inside the 20. Tripped up there by Romero for the Demons, and it is a Horn Auto Center first down for Snowflake. They continue to move on this methodical drive down the field.
That's number 30, Zach Romero, a safety for the Demons, making what I would say is a touchdown-saving tackle, able to trip up the runner. He was the last line of defense.
From the 18, Claridge giving to Hatch. He's got room, and again, Solomon the lead block. Hatch jumps over one man. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Lobos. Black Diamond Auto Glass touchdown from 18 yards out, Trent Hatch.
Great piece of running by Hatch to follow his lead blocker, Zach Solomon, who puts a good block on that safety coming over for the Demons. And the runner just able to run into the end zone untouched as a result of that execution. Great blocking by the Lobos on that play.
We got a man down for the Lobos. We'll check the number. And while we tend to him, let's go back to the studio and check in with Royce Kincannon. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here in the first round, and let's see what he has for scores. Royce? All right, thank you very much, Royce. And some things are starting to, the picture is going to be clearer here real soon as the injured man for the Lobos, LaGrange, and obviously not someone the Lobos can afford to lose. Although there's 6 more points on the board, does make the score 33-13 after the Black Diamond Auto Glass by Trent Hatch, touchdown, excuse me, by Trent Hatch. As the Lobos will now have the opportunity for a conversion, and they bring their offense out. Claridge will be the quarterback, but they're going with the 3 heavy backs in the backfield. That's Solomon, Fox, and Munoz, I believe. Claridge takes a snap, and they blow it dead. This is probably going to go against the Lobos. And this may change their mind. It is against the Lobos. They'll back them up 5 yards. We'll see if they bring on the field goal team.
Is lined up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, repeat down.
And again, as is becoming fairly predictable for Snowflake, they go into that bunch formation on the right side, basically setting up 2 wedges or 2 walls of linemen that the runner can run behind. And we'll see if they stick with it here, or sending Patterson in.
They do send in Patterson, and so they will probably stick with that formation and go for the 2 points, try to make it a 22-point lead. They lead currently by 20. Patterson takes a snap, but he's going to go to the left side. Pulling his Fox, but I don't think he's going to get there as Holla and Taylor combine for the tackle, and it'll keep our score 33-13. Lobos on top with 10:42 to go in the fourth. We'll step away. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
There's no better time to visit Horn Auto Center. Check out the all-new Chevy Silverado. Voted 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Strong for all the roads ahead. Or find new roads with the all-new Corvette Stingray. Voted the 2014 North American Car of the Year. Visit Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low across from Safeway and at hornauto.com. You're at home with Horn since 1991.
To iTalk 106.7 Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football, as we are now set for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it comes time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. As the Lobos have it teed up, and there it is, a low end over end kick taken by, nope, it was going to be by Bando. Now Metcalf at the 10, the 15, the 20, and hammered down there. Luke Cron along with Dakota Moore. And the Demons will start at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, you know, Mike, we saw with the Demons in one of their possessions, being able to drive down again on the Snowflake defense. But since then, Snowflake's really kind of changed the tide of this game momentum-wise. Offense is executing, able to put more points up on the board. And, you know, the key here clearly for the Lobos is not to allow any big plays by the Dysart Demons. If they can reduce big plays, they'll be in great shape to take this victory home.
10:35 left in this one. Taylor still in there in the shotgun. Take the snap, wants to throw. Going over the middle, and it's complete to Metcalf at the 35-yard line. Tackled there by Moore. On the coverage, Claridge missed, but Moore there to help him out. And it's a Horn Auto Center first down and a 10-yard pickup.
And that's Dakota Moore from a linebacker position, dropping into that deep zone coverage in the inside. That's a scary pattern for a receiver, cutting across the middle, just knowing you're going to get hit as soon as you touch the ball, but does a great job of just hanging on to that pass.
Metcalf has been the favorite target of Tyree Taylor for the Dysart Demons. As now confusion as the Demons empty the backfield. And they're taking a long time to get set. Chavez back into the game, tight end for Dysart. Taylor wants the snap. We got movement all over the place, except for the center didn't snap the ball. And this one's going to go against Dysart.
Yeah, they just had a hard time getting, as you say, just the right formation set with the time ticking, and then Taylor barking out the signal, but no snap. So it's a big penalty here, setting a still first down, but you know, it gives them that much more yardage to try to move the ball to get the first down.
I assume it's against Dysart, but they're conferring on the ball.
Well, they had a lot of guys moving at the line of scrimmage.
And we'll check in. I think. Well, we didn't have his audio on, but it's going to be offsetting penalties as they could not decide who went first, the encroachment or the false start. So we'll replay first down from the 36 actually. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Taylor. Takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. Taylor's going to run it on the quarterback draw across the 40 to the 42. And a pickup of 6. It'll bring up, 5. It'll bring up second down and 5.
Not a bad call there by the Demons. You know, they recognizing they have a lot more yards to run there, but just a great call by the quarterback to just keep the ball and move up the middle. And pop off a good gain there for the Demons.
Clock continues to run, though. Dysart's down 3 scores. They don't seem to have too much of a sense of urgency as they go with the same formation. Send the Banda brothers to the right, 3 receivers to the left. Taylor stays in the shotgun. Lobos only bring 4. Taylor has time to throw. Going deep to the far side, and it's picked off. Kurt Wood at the 40. He has room to return it. He's across midfield to the 40, to the 30, the 20, and one man to beat, and he cannot get into the end zone, but we're going to have another blocking penalty. Kurt Wood, though, has his 7th interception of the season. And this one will be back probably to midfield. But Kurt Wood goes up high. The pass intended for Pedro Banda.
Yeah, that pass was intended, and I got to believe that Taylor just did not see Kurt Wood out there because he comes out of the kind of the shadows of the sideline there to pick that pass off. But there is a flag down. Snowflake will retain possession of the football, but I think they're going to call for a block in the back again. Or maybe we'll just have to wait and see.
It might have just been the violence of the block that caught the attention of the official. And he just figured it had to be a block in the back. Well, again, you might be able to catch that on italk1067.com.
Well, the block was up high. They may call, you know, like
targeting or
targeting as well. That's potentially, but we'll see here.
We'll see if the official can get the microphone working.
We're going to block in the back during the run back by Blue, first down.
All right, so that will put the ball back to about to the 49-yard line. Lobos will have it, though, 1st and 10. And now they're just going to try to, I would assume, run the clock out here, try to take time off the clock and get points if they can.
Well, Snowflake, we saw them running that tight formation, double tight on both sides. Now they go to more of a spread.
It is trips right, one receiver to the left. Solomon's back in, and somebody forgot to snap the ball as they were going to probably run a little screen pass to Patterson, but the false start penalty will back him up 5 yards. So it'll make it first down and 15. Baird into the ball game to shuttle in the play. Lobos going to stick with the same formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Tate. Solomon stays in the backfield with Claridge. He'll get the call. No, Claridge keeps it on the option. Across midfield. Has room. They try to strip the ball. Chavez is trying to get the ball. In the meantime, Claridge picking up big yards to the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They're going to say there might be a fumble.
Well, they're going to say it's Snowflake football, but as you say, Mike, you could see from up here that the defender had a hold of the football, both Claridge and the defender going down to the turf. It's just a matter of who comes up with it.
21-yard pickup for Claridge and a Horn Auto Center first down to the Dysart 35-yard line. So Claridge holding on to that ball for dear life. Trips left. 1 man to the right, that's Whitlock. Claridge takes a snap, this time given to Solomon. Solomon tackled, has his feet taken out by Holyoke, but he picks up 4 on the play. Keep the clock running. As we check in with the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard, 8:26 to go. Lobos on top, 33-13. And he'll have it second down and 6.
Well, just good offensive line work up front, double teaming the nose guard that time and allowing Solomon to find space off on that right side for another good game.
Claridge takes a snap, wants to run it, has room on the far side, drug out of bounds, and there's going to be a penalty flag there as Marcus Banda made the tackle. You know, one thing I have to say, because this will probably be the last time we were here at Snowflake, I don't know who didn't tell the Snowflake announcer, but in high school football, you don't announce for your home team. You just call the game, and this guy he just takes it way too far. But as it is, it will be a personal foul and an unnecessary roughness tacked on to the end of the play. And we'll get the spot on that as soon as we get. Claridge had picked up 6 yards, but now they will have a Horn Auto Center first down in the red zone, and ball will be spotted at about the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
On the defense, ball will be on the 12-yard line, first down.
12-yard line, excuse me. So not half the distance. They go full 15 yards. 8:01. Claridge has Solomon to his left, fake to him, throws to the right, ball's tipped, intended for Bjorn. Marcus Banda tipped it away, and the pass falls incomplete. It's kind of surprised Snowflake passing in this situation.
Trying to catch Dysart off guard, having run the ball successfully to get their offense all the way down into scoring position up to that play. But good job, good piece of linebacking work by Banda, sliding over, just reading the eyes of the quarterback and able to knock that pass down.
Trips left again for Snowflake. Showing pass, but Solomon's in the backfield. Claridge takes the snap, give to Solomon. He tries to get out through the line of scrimmage. He does. He's at the 5. Touchdown. Holyoke couldn't stop him. And Zach Solomon in from 12 yards out. And the Lobos put 6 more on the board, and the Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard update 39-13 with 7:52 to go in the 4th.
Well, just a great piece of work blocking again at the line of scrimmage by that Lobo offensive front, opening up a good hole for Solomon, who's, once he gets through that line of scrimmage, just able to beat the linebackers and safeties into the end zone for the touchdown.
Brady Peterson, one of those linemen for the Lobos, in there on that one, creating a big hole as Step is in for the point after try on the untimed down, and he's got it. Our score, 40. Lobos 40, Dysart 13. We'll step away. You're listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Are you a business owner that enjoys watching local sports? Would helping the local youth spark your interest? Then you do not want to miss this opportunity. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local sports produced by local high school students. Your tax-deductible sponsorship will keep us up and running and provide you with advertisement for your business. Call Sholo TV today to help your local high school students get experience while your business gets attention. Call 928-532-4160.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School and Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football. As we are set for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff, Whitlock has it teed up at the 40. And he puts boot into it. It's a low line drive kick, taking on a big hop at the 15-yard line. Isaiah Hall brings it out to the 20, the 30, excuse me, and it'll be dropped there, but good field position for the Dysart Demons. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon?
Just another observation report here for you, Mike. There is a spider web that I think stretches from sideline to sideline, making its way across the field. I might have to get out of here because I'm terrified of spiders. Back to you.
Thank you, Brandon. I think thank you. How would a spider web go across the sideline?
In the winter?
In the winter, like light pole to light pole or something?
Yeah. I think he bumped his head and is imagining things.
Well, we digress as Dysart. Taylor stays in there at quarterback. Bando flank his right. Taylor takes a snap, four-man rush. Pass complete to Metcalf in the flats to the 40, the 41. Claridge on the tackle along with Tate. But it will be a 10, 11-yard pickup and a Horn Auto Center first down for Dysart to the 42-yard line.
Well, you talked earlier, Mike, about Metcalf, Christopher Metcalf, just a junior running back, but he's been the favorite target of Taylor all night tonight, just doing a great job of picking up yards on the passing game for them.
Two receivers go to the right, two to the left for Dysart. Same formation as Taylor stays in the shotgun. Lobos don't show blitz. They're playing in a little bit of a prevent, but here comes a linebacker. Snap, pass fake. Taylor's taking pressure, throws it, and it's a jump ball, and it's intercepted by Kurt Wood at midfield. Pass was intended for Chavez, who has some height on him, but Kurt Wood with good hands as Taylor was tackled as he threw it. Probably an ill-advised pass, and he is slow to get up.
Yeah, he was hit in the backfield by LaGrange, who just kept pursuing, and as you say, Taylor kind of recovering slowly here from that hit. Not a good pass at all, thrown off of his heels, trying to get away from that pressure, and he throws right into the teeth of defensive coverage. So another big turnover here for Dysart, and then effectively putting the nail in the coffin for them.
Absolutely, as Kurt Wood has his 8th interception of the season, his 2nd here tonight and in the 4th quarter. And we have a new quarterback in, junior Trey Schneider, who will do some signal calling for the Lobos here in the last 7 minutes as he takes a snap, give it to the back, and it's Patterson, and he's got an 8-yard pickup to the 40-yard line of Dysart. Romero there to make the tackle for Dysart. 2nd down and 2 for Snowflake.
And Snowflake going into that tight formation with the double tights on both sides and just running plays up the middle, and in the process just burning this clock down to, just finish off the 4th quarter and bring the victory home.
Snyder will be in the shotgun. Patterson in the backfield, but the give is to Baird. Baird trying to turn the corner. Banda makes him cut it up inside, then Banda trips him up. But it is enough for Horn Auto Center first down for Baird, who's got a lot more carries here later on than this later half of the season than he did start the year.
Yeah, most definitely doing a good job tonight in his sub role.
Baird coming into the contest. I don't even have him on here. Oh, there he is. He had 14 carries for 50 yards. He's had about 6 here tonight. We'll check in with that on the post-game wrap-up show. Check in with all the numbers. As the Lobos on 1st and 10. As we have movement on the defensive side of the ball. Now
give them 5 yards the easy way. Also hope to have some final scores and a scoring update for you here as these games start to come to a finale. We do have an update in that Sholo-Combs game, 28-21. Combs not going away. Cougars do have the lead, but not by much, as this time, Schneider fumble, and he's gonna be dropped for a loss. Marcus Banda sacks him back to the 45-yard line as the snap went high, and Schneider had to fall on it. Loss of 6 on the play. No, they're gonna, wow, how do they give him forward progress to the 41?
Well, you know, I think Snowflake a little fortunate as well, because Dysart had a full-on blitz there. That's why Banda was able to get back so quickly. But Snyder, just a fortunate bounce to be able to pick that fumble back up and retain possession.
But why at the 41? I'm at a loss on that one, but nonetheless, it'll be 2nd down and 13 now. Schneider stays in there at quarterback. Everybody else in tight. Take the snap. It's low. Counter. Brimhall. He's got room on the left side. He dives, picks his way through traffic and picks up 10 yards to the Dysart 32-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
And that's Pedro Banda on the tackle from behind, number 15, who we talked about being injured, and they're talking about pulling him back out of the game. He can't even raise his left arm.
Yeah, he does not want to come out of the game. And we'll see if that injury has reoccurred for Banda in just a moment. Schneider on 3rd down and 4. Takes the snap. Hit in the backfield immediately is Hatch, and he's going to be dropped right there. A loss on the play back to the 35-yard line. Loss of 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 7. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of an emotional moment right there with Banda. You're right, he can't even raise his left hand. The coaches are asking him to come off. He's saying he doesn't want to. He's actually number 8.
Taylor,
yes, thank you. Taylor is actually encouraging him, hey, you got to get off the field. And now he's over here talking to the coach. I'm not really listening. It sounds like it's pretty heart to heart, but you got to feel for the kid. Last game of the season, trying to stay in there, but it's probably a good call that he comes out. He hasn't even raised his hand above his hip.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon. As the Lobos pooch punt it away, and it's a good one by Schneider, but it does take a Lobo bounce into the end zone. Thought he might have been able to down it there, but it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Yeah,
that's interesting. I'm trying to get the number. Is it 88 or 90? These numbers are horrible. 88. Garrett Wood looked like he was in a position to be able to down it before it went into the end zone, but he just elects, and the coaches are talking to him right now about that. If you're in a position to touch it down. But regardless, Dysart in a position here where they have an 80-yard field ahead of them with just 3:43 left on the clock.
And some subs in on the defensive side for the Lobos. But Dysart, give them credit. They came in and battled. They did not lay down, and their first playoff game in a long time. And they continued to battle here tonight. And we're in a position to make this game very interesting, but some tough breaks and some timely play by the Lobos have opened this one up a bit here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, well, the momentum that Snowflake was able to gain just in the last minute of that 2nd quarter, putting up 2 quick touchdowns. You kind of had a sense that they were feeling, much better than they certainly did in the 1st quarter of the game. And then they just come out here in the 2nd half and pretty much dominate, denying Dysart any opportunity to put points up on the board. So defensively executing much better, denying the big plays that we saw Dysart be able to execute in the 1st half to get those points, their 13 points. So kudos to them with the adjustments they make at halftime. And then offensively, just doing a great job of burning down the clock and in the process putting a few more points up as well. So clear the 2nd half completely being owned by the Snowflake Lobos here tonight.
Lobos called a timeout because they didn't have the right personnel out there. So Taylor will go to the pass. Looking over the middle, has a man, it's Chavez. Oh, and he cannot come up with it as it goes through his hands. Brimhall on the coverage. Cron thought he had a shot at the interception.
as Chavez could not hold on to it. Chavez a good size tight end, good target for Taylor, but couldn't come down with that one.
You can't fault Taylor. He put that ball where it needed to be, a very tight window. And as you say, a taller receiver in Chavez, he's just not able to pull it down.
So after the incompletion, 3:37 on the clock, 2nd down and 10 for Dysart. Send one man wide out to the far side, trips to the near side. Marcus Banda in the backfield with Taylor. Taylor takes his snap, looking to throw, quick pass out to number 10 to the 20, 25, almost breaks the tackle, but Hatch on the tackle as Cruz Brown, the completion, the receiver catching the pass there. It's a 6-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for Dysart.
So Dysart really struggling also offensively with a running attack, really all game, but certainly in this second half. So you got to think that they may go pass again here, even if it's just 3rd and 4, because that passing game has really been the most effective, reliable way for them moving the ball tonight.
Taylor brings everybody in tight, double tight formation. Take the snap, looking to throw over the middle, and it is caught. Complete to Isaiah Hall to the 45-yard line. Tackle made by Luke Crom, but a Horn Auto Center 1st down and a pickup of 23 yards from Taylor to Hall.
Great pass by Taylor again. You know, he has that window, that little lane right over the middle of the field between the safeties. He's got to put that pass, and he just hits him right in stride. So a great piece of passing there by Tyrell Taylor for the Demons.
Double tight slot again for Dysart. Taylor takes the shotgun snap. Looking to throw again over the middle, going deep. Oh, to the far side. Kurt Wood, though, just tips it away. Pass intended for Metcalf, but it falls incomplete. Stops the clock with 2:30 in the 4th.
Good job by Kurt Wood. Again, taller, a taller defender against a shorter receiver. Just does a smart thing and just staying in stride and just pushing that pass away so that the receiver has no shot at getting it.
So it'll set up a 2nd down and 10. Ball in Lobo territory at the 45-yard line. Dysart just trying to get 6 more on the board if they can here. Metcalf is the lone receiver to the near sideline, trips right. Take the snap, looking to throw quickly to Metcalf, trying to get a blocker out there, but he cannot do so. Going to pick up 3 on the play. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds back at the 43-yard line, so just a pickup of 2. No, they're going to say 3. 3rd down and 7 for Dysart. As something we have not talked about, Punt, is the fact that the Snowflake Lobos come in as a 5 seed. Kind of a tough break for them, as next week they will have to go on the road, assuming Estrella Foothills holds on, who is the 4 seed. So this will be their last home game of the season.
Right, that is a tough break, especially given their prominence all through the season, only losing, of course, to Sholo.
And a great out pass complete to Isaiah Hall, but he gets hammered, and big hit as Isaiah Hall doesn't quite get to the 1st down marker. It's going to be very close, but why he didn't run out of bounds, I do not know, as he is going to be about an inch short. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Dakota Moore, the big hit on Hall. Wearing a lineman's number, Dakota Moore bringing some power from the linebacker position. So Dysart will go for it here, 4th and 1. 2 receivers either side. Taylor going to take the snap. It's a draw play. Taylor's got plenty. He slides down at the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock to set the chains with 54 seconds. Dysart's got to get on the ball. 1st and 10. Horn Auto Center 1st down at the 30-yard line. Taking their time, though, as the clock, well, they didn't wind the clock yet. Now they do. Taylor, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap. Taylor looking to throw left. Steps up in the pocket, and it's almost intercepted. Brimhall had his fingers on it just above shoestring level. Cannot come up with it. Falls incomplete.
Well, And
Probably Taylor's worst throw of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, Brimhall benefiting from a very poor pass that time by Taylor. We've been talking about how well he's been executing and finding receivers and putting passes into fairly tight windows. That time, that's just either a big miscommunication between quarterback and receiver or just a poorly thrown pass.
So they'll try again on 2nd and 10. Taylor has time, steps up, throws, and it's intercepted. This time Brimhall comes up with it at the 20, the 30, the 40. He's in midfield, and no one is going to stop him. Well, Marcus Bana has a chance, and he runs him out of bounds at the 7-yard line with 23 seconds. And Brimhall gets a second opportunity and a reception, and he doesn't miss on this one as Taylor throws his 4th pick of the night, and it comes with 23 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, that's just not a smart pass that time. There's a receivers in the area, but also a ton of Snowflake defenders dropping into that zone coverage deep, and Brimhall, as you say, just finding that lane and stepping out in front to pick that pass off. Looked like he could score, but Banda able to run with a good pursuit angle and push him out of bounds.
I think perhaps Brimhall might also realize not to put too much salt in the wound and just kind of graciously went out of bounds as the Lobos will line up for, looks like could be a victory formation. Dysart does have some timeouts. 3 timeouts left. But there's the knee by Schneider, and they will not stop the clock. And that's going to do it. Black Diamond Auto Glass scoreboard final. Lobos 40, Dysart 13. The Lobos will move on to round 2 of the Division IV State Football Championships, and they will take on the winner of the Estrella Foothills game. Estrella Foothills and Pueblo Magnet as they come out victorious here tonight. Well, that's going to do it for our in-game coverage. When we come back, it's the post-game wrap-up show. You've been listening to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Show Low.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Welcome back to Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school football and the post-game wrap-up show here on iTalk, where we will announce tonight's Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. I love the. Have you heard the commercials? Beeler Orthodontics,
yeah.
Good.
It's got some good quotes in spite of the
voice
talent in quotes talent on that one. But also
butchers it a little bit. But.
Yeah, we will also announce the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, and that one could be a little more difficult as a lot of contributions by Snowflake Lobo players. And well, our final score here: the Lobos 40, the Dysart Demons 13, and Dysart had all that scoring in the second quarter and just could not keep drives going tonight. Punt. They turned the ball over, exactly what their coach said they could not afford to do, and it certainly killed some drives and provided momentum for the Snowflake Lobos.
Absolutely, and you got to give credit to the Lobo defense. You know, they played it right. They came up with some big interceptions. I think we ended up with a total of 4 tonight. Just interceptions, 4 interceptions by that Lobo defense. So certainly hats off to them, doing a good job.
All right, well, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Brandon has got Coach Hargrove, I believe, on the sideline. And Brandon?
Yeah, Mike, the interview duties have been passed on. Oh, I love this thing where they give the piece of wood to the guy who laid the biggest stick tonight. That's awesome as we have people walking through our shot. Coach Hargrove, let's talk about the game. First half, you guys came out a little slow. I assume you weren't expecting to be down at any point in this game. You went into halftime up, had a big play at half with the interception. I'm basically telling everything that you were going to say. Tell me, what happened at halftime? You guys came out and then demolished the rest of the game.
Well, what you have to understand is those guys are a good football team. They have a couple real good skill athletes. Their quarterback had thrown for 1,600 yards this year. He's got a quarterback rating of like 120.
121.
He's a guy, you guys got to watch. You got to watch for him. We knew that slant was their favorite pass route. We had a couple things that we thought were going to work in the first half. It didn't work like we thought it did, so we changed our coverage a little bit in the second half. We also changed who was on certain personnel. We normally like to run a 4 linebacker set with 1 safety, and we actually played quite a bit of man in the second half, and then we have a little bit of a cover 2 roll that we did to try to stuff that slant. We got a couple big hits on it, and like number 28, Zach Solomon, hit number 82, put him out for a while. He's a good ball player, though, number 82 kid. I don't know his name, but I tell you, I got a lot of respect for a team like that. I think that they will do pretty good next year, too. So.
Well, let's talk about you guys, okay? You survived round 1. That's what it takes to go to round 2. Tell me about some of the playmakers that made that happen tonight.
Well, as far as offense goes, I try not to pay too much attention to the offense. I run the defense.
Sure.
But, I think Tyler had a good night. It's funny because twice we had touchdowns last week on a quick slant to Keegan Bjorn up against Winslow. And these guys, because I think their defense plays against that so much all week long, number 2 almost picked that ball off twice. And so I'm up there in the box and I go, let's don't run that one anymore. But JT Tate had a couple nice catches. Kurt Wood, I believe Kurt Wood's probably going to be leading the state in interceptions now because he was tied for
Maybe
second.
has 8 now.
Yeah, and he was tied for second with 6, unless the other kid that had 7 had a great game tonight too. But little Stephen Brimhall, number 25, who was one of our studs on our JV team, picked off that last one. And I thought he was going to take it to the house, but it's all right just to call it on that.
Sure. Just 7 more questions for you, because I know Punt Cooley's up there freezing his butt off and want me to wrap this up. So only 7 more questions, if that's okay with you.
Gosh.
No, I'm kidding, Punt. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, all right? Sholo ruined the perfect season for you. I know that you got to play the team next week, and eventually you're going to see Sholo either in the semis or the state finals. I don't know how it works. How bad do you want that game? How bad do you want to face Sholo again?
Well, we'd love to see Sholo in the finals. First off, you'd just like to get there, and it's nice to play against a team that, I don't know, they kind of took away some of the stuff that we feel like we do good. We think we have a pretty good run defense, and they ran the ball on us. Willie Wyatt ran for about 120 yards, and I think Jason Brown ran for about 80. Jason got hurt, and that's going to be a big loss for them. I know that they're struggling a little bit tonight with Combs. I don't know if they've got a final in.
Oh, it's a good call. I guess they have to win that game too. Yeah.
They were up 28-21, and they got a pick 6 to get that. They're not as effective a team without Jason. He's a good ball player. I believe he got. I probably shouldn't be. I know what the all section teams are. I shouldn't say what. they might be holding that back on those guys.
Okay.
But Jason's a good kid. I like him. I know him from track and field. He's a good shot putter, good discus thrower, and I hate to see anybody get hurt.
Absolutely.
People may not realize it tonight, but we had a kid actually get hurt in our pregame warm-up. One of our starting corners, and that's a little bit why we were a little bit disoriented in the first half, because Tanner Willis, who's a junior who's been starting for us at corner, he's also our punt returner, which you saw that muff punt down there, and I told him, I said, don't let him catch it. And they're going, oh, he's going to fair catch it. And I'm going, I'd rather it just go in the end zone, or I don't care if it's on the 2. Our offense can take it from there. But to give it back to him, we had our back against the wall defensively several times. I think we stopped them in the red zone twice, at least, maybe 3 times. And there were some penalties that extended drives. You can't complain about that. I did think that we saw a lot of yellow on the field tonight. It kind of went both ways, but it seemed like every time we had a big play, we did something stupid to get it called back.
I understand now why Coach Solomon passed those duties on to you for the interview. That was probably the greatest interview I've ever done. Thank you for that, Coach Hargrove. Good luck next week, and we'll see you. Mike, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Brandon, and thanks to Coach Hargrove. He, you could tell he's a say it how he sees it kind of guy, and so we definitely appreciate that, and for him taking the time to give some kudos to some of his players. It's really hard to follow that up though, because he kind of hit on everything.
Well, no, like you said, he called it like he sees it, and I mean, the nice thing about what some of the things he said is he recognized the kind of the quality of the opponent tonight. You know, Dysart, as we talked about at the top of the game, it's been a long time, 20-some years since they've been in the playoffs. They're impressive. I mean, they've got some good athletes, some good skill players, as he had mentioned. They've also, I think, got some pretty solid linemen as well. To be able to get a running game, a little bit of a running game going. And then their defensive front, Dysart's defensive front, gave the Lobos some fits tonight as well. So certainly a team to look for in the future.
Interesting, we had talked in the pregame show, Pun, as you talk about Dysart, about Pacey Prettyman, leading tackler, one of the leading defenders, and the third leading rusher coming into tonight's contest for Never mentioned his name one time. Obviously, the Lobos did a good job of scouting and kind of neutralized him on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. He was their leading tackler for sure. But, some other guys stepped up for that Dysart team. A lot of them are two-way players, so clearly they have some athletic talent at that high school. And as Coach mentioned, they're certainly a team to be looking for in the future in terms of their development as a program.
All right, well, that's we're going to take a quick step away here on the post-game wrap-up show. When we come back, we will announce the Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game and the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Play of the Game right here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overgard, and Show Low.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah!
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School, the post-game wrap-up show presented by Hatch Motor Company and Snowflake and Show Low, simply the best in sales and service. Want to again thank our White Mountain Youth Productions and Show Low TV for bringing you audio and video coverage online on italk1067.com. Our technical directors tonight, Caden Ramage and Eli Martineau. On graphics, Julio Juarez. Audio tonight brought to you by Dimitri Nez and Lachey Green. On cameras tonight, Aubrey Callender, McKenna Legg, Nick Cantor, Amy Lara, Braden Neff, and the advisor for Snowflake, Denise Westover, and of course the production manager for Show Low TV, Channel 56, Mel West. Don't forget you can watch replays of these games on Show Low TV, Channel 56 on Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1:30. And you can help raise funds for these kids in their classes. They go and they do competitions and they do other things. You can be a sponsor of White Mountain Sports on Show Low TV, and 100% of the money is donated to these kids at Show Low and Snowflake High Schools. You can also get, with that donation, a free 15-second ad on Show Low TV before and after each game. So I want to thank those guys. And before we get to our awards for tonight, we're going to go back to the studio and check in with Royce Kincannon. He's got some finals from around the state in Division IV playoff football. Royce?
By a score of 38-13. Number 4, Estrella Foothills 42 and Pueblo 13. In the iTalk game of the week, it was number 5, Snowflake Lobos 40, Dysart 13. Number 6, River Valley 24, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 6. And it's the number 7, Lake Havasu, by their Overcast Grand by a score of 30-14. And the number 8, Northwest Christian, beat number 9 Flowing Wells by a final score of 52-28. Some scores from Division 5 and 6. By a final score of 38-24. And Joy Christian over St. John's by a final score of 69-14. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Royce. As 1 through 8 move on, so I guess people can't really complain too much about the seedings.
Yeah.
And it's now time to give out some awards. And we will start tonight with the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. That's Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. Punt?
Well, I think the big turning point in the game altogether, clearly in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, Snowflake able to put up 2 quick scores on turnovers in the last 45 seconds of the football game. And that whole, and Dysart never really recovered from that. From just that shift in the momentum, not only in the momentum, but also clearly in the scoreboard as well. And it all started with that, Dysart actually in a position to go ahead in the football game. I think they march all the way down to the 2-yard line of Snowflake, and they go to the pass, does Dysart, trying to hit the receiver in the end zone, and Zach Solomon coming up with a huge interception right in the middle of the football field in the end zone. And then able to recover or return that interception and put it effectively at midfield. The next play, of course, Snowflake puts up the big touchdown pass. So that play right there, just that interception, not only are you stopping a Dysart drive and preventing them from putting points up, but Snowflake is able to turn the football game around completely, in my opinion. By that being the kind of setting the stage for 2 quick scores right before halftime, and that's just that's a real dagger in the side for Dysart to be able to have the entire game just kind of flip just as a result of that one big pickoff in the end zone.
If Dysart completes that pass, I mean, who knows how this game turns out, because on that very next play, kind of the play of the game is the 60-yard pass from Claridge to JT Tate right after that. So congratulations to Zach Solomon for the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. And talk a little bit about some contenders for the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game.
Well, I tell you, this Snowflake Club is always one of the toughest because they just have so many people that contribute. We tend to look on the offensive side of the football field when we're looking at player of the game. And when you talk about Snowflake, they just have so many weapons. They got number 7, Alex Peterson, who came up with some big plays. JT Tate got the big touchdown reception. He's a favorite target.
He had 2.
Okay, 2 touchdown receptions. He's clearly a favorite target, of the quarterback, Claridge, because of his speed and just his ability to pull the ball in when you just deliver it close. He's a great receiver. And then, of course, Claridge, can be a big factor offensively. And then Zach Solomon, number 28, just a workhorse for these guys, very consistent game to game. And then the offensive line, none of that would be working for any of these guys weren't it for just a real solid line that Snowflake is always pretty consistently doing a great job with. So, and all of these guys I just listed had good plays, good solid games. And then on defensive side, we talked about Leon LaGrange being a factor in tonight's game, kind of a key. He came up big on some big plays. Kurt Wood picked off some passes to put him, I think, ahead in the division now in the state for total interceptions during the season. And he got picked on a little bit tonight, did Kurt. But, he obviously came up with some big plays. But all those guys clearly contributing to the Lobos. The one guy that probably doesn't get a lot of press usually, but did an outstanding job from his linebacker position tonight and on special teams, came up with some huge hits. And that's number 55, Dakota Moore. We called his number several times tonight. And just his defensive effort. Defense did not win the game tonight. It certainly contributed to the victory for the Lobos, but he had some impressive plays tonight and some big hits. Kind of set the tone for the whole game, I think, especially in that second half with just the aggressiveness. So I think we need to tip the hat tonight to one of the linebackers. They get in the trenches, sometimes overlooked, but he certainly came up with a big game tonight. Dakota Moore, number 55.
All right, congratulations to Dakota Moore, the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, camping gear on the mountain, go to the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260. I kind of like that thinking out of the box there, giving that to Dakota Moore. I noticed he didn't play every down on defense in the first half,
right?
But he did in the second half.
Yeah, but he came up with some big special teams play, especially on that kickoff team.
Absolutely. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to the Snowflake Lobos, who move on to round 2 of the Division 4 State Football Championships. And they will take on Estrella Foothills next week down in Glendale. Should be a fun one. We will be covering the Show Low Cougars, who will host. Who was number 8? I'll get it for you here in just a second. Or excuse me, number 7. They will take on Lake Havasu. The Show Low Cougars will host Lake Havasu, who they'll have a long way to go to come up to Show Low. We will have that game for you here, right here on iTalk 106.7. And again, online at iTalk1067.com. Have a lot of people to thank for tonight's coverage. Our sideline reporter, Brandon Todd. Our field effects, Mike Kinley Colwell. Our statistician team of Mike and Angie Colwell. Back at the studio, Royce Kincannon bringing you scoring updates as well as producing things back on that end for Mel West and his production crew down in the van. And who else? Who am I forgetting? Did I forget anybody yet? Besides you?
So.
That's just you, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Just Brandon.
For my partner here tonight, Punk Cooley, I'm Mike O'Neill saying good night, and we will see you tonight. See you next week. You'd think it's late. It's early, though. We'll see you next week from Show Low High School. Our final again here, the Snowflake Lobos 40, Dysart Demons 13. We'll see you next week. Good night.